Give it up one time for your 2019 Large Co-Ed 6A State Champions, the Owasso Cheer Squad. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Owasso Stadium. Please direct your attention to the field where the Owasso Spirit Groups and the Pride of Owasso get set to bring you this evening's pre-game festivities. Now come on, Rams, get on your feet. It's time for Owasso Ram Football. We now invite all who have served in the United States Armed Forces to please stand for your respective service song as the Pride of Owasso salutes our veterans with the Armed Forces Medley. The United States Army. The United States Coast Guard. States Air Force. The United States Navy. the United States Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please turn your attention to midfield for our 2019 homecoming presentation. Please welcome to the field freshman attendant Maddie Ballard. Maddie is the daughter of Rob and Shelley Ballard and sister to Kyra. Maddie is escorted by sophomore Keelan Carney. Keelan is the son of Lee Carney, Kelly Rosado, and Cindy Workman, and a brother to Jordan, Anthony, Jalen, and Jason. Our sophomore attendant this evening is Hannah K. Wright. Hannah is the daughter of Molly Wright. She has a twin sister, Mia. Hannah is escorted tonight by junior Hagen Hood. Hagen is the son of Jason and Rhonda Hood, and brother to Savannah, Felice, and Jordan. Our first junior attendant is Becca Moe. Becca is the daughter of Michael and Michelle Moe and sister to Brenton and Preston. Becca is being escorted tonight by junior Jet Williams. Jet is the son of Terry and Christy Williams and the brother to Skylar. Our next junior attendant this evening is Susan Rodriguez. Susan is the daughter of Carmelo and Yesenia Bravo and sister to Atsiri, Christopher, and Daxton. Susan is escorted tonight by junior Ontario Wilson. Ontario is the son of Mitch and Jessica Wilson and brother to Kennedy. Our first senior attendant is Zoe O'Shea. Zoe is the daughter of Scott and Shay O'Shea and sister to Maya, Tiger, and Essie. Zoe is escorted tonight by senior Kellen Pokoski. Kellen is the son of Joe and Terrell Pokoski and brother to Jaden. Our next senior attendant is Avery Humphrey. Avery is the daughter of Sharon Reed and Kennedy Reed and Daniel Humphrey and Sarah Humphrey. She is the sister to Ryan, Jack, Bo, and Anna Miller. Avery is escorted tonight by senior Hayden Grant. Hayden is the son of Kim Grant and Melanie Hasty Grant and brother to Tristan. Our next senior attendant is Ashlyn Parga. Ashlyn is the daughter of Crystal Young and sister to Miranda. Ashlyn is being escorted this evening by senior Peyton Lusk. Peyton is the son of Alton and Selena Lusk and brother to Preston and Bryce. Our next senior attendant is Courtney Swift. Courtney is the daughter of Casey and Heidi Swift and sister to Sydney. Courtney is being escorted tonight by senior Cole Creekmore.
Greatest place in high school football. I'm Grant Merrill along with Steve Mowry, and Kelly Ward roams the sidelines tonight. Rob Williams is keeping up with all of our stats. The great Gabe Kessler is doing all the TV work. And glad that you're with us this evening here on 101 KYFM. Steve, of course, as you get situated and your headset put on, it's a special night here, homecoming tonight, the Hall of Fame banquet tomorrow night. It's a busy weekend at Owasso High School.
A lot of things going on here at Owasso as we see the homecoming court coming out onto the field right now. Selection here just a few moments away, and got to see a lot of former current classmates here from different classes, including the great class of 1980, and so a lot of fun here this evening.
Our crown bearer is Ace Garcia. Ace is 3 years old and the son of Connor and Jennifer Garcia, and brother to Taya. He likes to play baseball and football with his sister, and when he grows up, he wants to be a really big guy. Escorting our flower girl and crown bearer and presenting the homecoming cake is senior to Mario Kirby. Mario is the son of Mario and Ava and brother to Amari. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 Owasso Homecoming Queen is Zoe Boucher. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor the 2019 Owasso High School Homecoming Court, we ask that you please rise and join in the tradition of raising your right hand and pointing to the sky. We invite you to sing along as the Pride of Owasso presents the Owasso High School Alma Mater. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for your 2019 Homecoming Court.
It's a very simple situation, Grant. What the Rams faced last night at Edmond North took them just a little bit to get going, but they were able to get control of that game and come out with a big win to improve to 5-0, and we would expect the same thing here tonight. Kind of the same circumstance in the type of ball club that we're facing, only tonight we don't have to travel that extra 2 hours down the turnpike.
Absolutely. I know that we've got a lot to do as we move through the course of the pregame show. Let's take a look at our Duralast Roofing starting lineups, and of course ours haven't changed much outside of the fact that Isaiah Jacobs will not play tonight. He is on the injured list for the second week in a row, still as a precautionary measure with some bruising that he had. Cole Duggar starting at quarterback tonight, your 6'1", 180-pound senior. Willis Brown, Hagen Hood, Those are the guys that will be in the lineup at running back tonight. Hagen Hood playing most of the game last week. Of course, Peyton Lusk and Trey Goins, Keelan Carney, and Mario Kirby. They are, of course, in your receiving core. The Lusk, Goins, and Carney filling the wide receiver spots. Mario Kirby in at tight end tonight. Left tackle is going to be Hudson Mosby. Logan Ledbetter in at left guard tonight. Alan Carey starting center. Grayson Isaac at right guard, and Dylan Gilbert at right tackle. One thing that Coach Blankenship's saying in the pregame show, he's really proud of a very balanced offense that can come in, step up, and fill the holes when a guy like Isaiah Jacobs has to take the night off.
Well, we saw that last week with a stable of running backs. It was a triple rotation back in the backfield, and each running back brings something different, not maybe to the level of an Isaiah Jacobs who's being recruited by D1 schools throughout the country. But still kind of a thunder and lightning type rotation in the backfield. And of course, the offensive line doing a fantastic job. You've got resources as far as quality wide receivers and Mario Kirby, Trey Goins, Keelan Carney. We've seen Thomas also in the mix, and Cole Duggar just doing an absolutely fantastic job at quarterback, yet to throw an interception on the season. He's been very accurate with his throws, and his receivers have been very good with their hands in controlling the football.
On the defensive side of the football, a defensive end, Hayden Brandt and Andre King. Michael Jamerson, talk about a guy that looks built when they put him up on the Jumbotron. He'll be starting at the defensive tackle position. Jaden Love also in that position as well. Outside linebacker Dawson Adams tonight. The inside linebackers Ahmad Triplett and Brendan Dye, our dynamic duo that we seem to call a lot every week. Tristan Profit and Gage Laney starting as well. Your cornerbacks Deuce Mayberry and Omar Barker, and that lines out the Owasso defense tonight. As far as Norman North goes, their starting quarterback Jackson Romaldo, we called his name quite a bit last year. His running back Bray Alonzo, Jake Roberts starting at tight end tonight. Kel Cabanis and Luke Switzer, your wide receivers. Landon Leyenbauer is going to be left tackle. Walter Peck starting out at left guard. Walter Youngbear at right guard tonight. Benicio Fuentes at right tackle, and Logan Burnish, your center tonight, as the Norman North Sabercats or Timberwolves take on the defensive side of the football. So we're just about probably about 13 minutes from the opening kickoff. They're actually doing the opening coin toss right now, Steve, and as they do that, let's go ahead and get our first assembly of God keys to victory. What are they for you tonight?
Well, I think first of all, it's going to be special teams. This seems to be a reoccurring theme for Coach Blankenship and his staff to improve on special teams. We saw them do a great job last week in improvement. Still got some areas we want to shore up there. And really tonight, Grant, I think the offensive line is going to have to set the tone early on and kind of exude their physicality in over Norman North up front. And then, of course, defensively for the Rams, I think it's going to be linebacker play. As you mentioned, Ahmad Triplett and Brandon Dye from sideline to sideline doing a fantastic job. And it's usually the big hit by Ahmad Triplett at some point that really fires up this defense. I think that's going to be important for the Rams in setting the tone in this ball game early.
And as we take the opening coin toss, Owasso will be kicking off to start the football game. Norman North will receive. Timberwolves moving from right to left on your radio dial. Owasso moving from left to right. Of course, Owasso in the home colors this evening, and Norman North in their road white with the green and black trim. And that is how we look this evening as we take the field. We will take a 3-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll get you set up on all that you need to know before kickoff. Stay with us. This is homecoming night festivities and Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM, presented by InsideOwasso.com.
Morning, Daniel. Morning, Rambo. Morning. You going to the game tonight? Of course.
I'm just not sure what we're going to do with this new guy. He gets so excited about everything. He's jumping around, foghorns, throwing his hands up. I've got foghorns. You want some foghorn? I've got your foghorn. Oh, everybody loves the new guy. Everybody thinks he's the funny guy. What about me? What about me?
Hi, I'm Dr. Naveen Colombia, orthopedic surgeon with Tulsa Bone and Joint in Owasso. The big thing is that we're here, we're local, and our goals are to provide a quick appointment, but spend time with each patient to explain everything that's going on. We are the official physicians of the Owasso Rams, but we're real excited and very proud to serve the community in Owasso and the surrounding area. Tulsa Bone and Joint obviously has a great reputation in the region. We bring all of that power here to Owasso.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Thank you.
Tonight, Rob Williams crunching all the numbers and Gabe Kessler leading our Owasso media crew here in the booth. And Steve, I tell you, it's gotten a little more crowded in our booth with all of this technology that's come in for the video streaming, and these kids are doing an outstanding job each and every week at putting this video stream together.
Yeah, the Owasso Sports Network is something very special here at Owasso, and they have improved it each year. The young people here at the school doing a great job. Brandon Brewer, who is fantastic, along with Brock Crawford, those guys really put together a great show. We hear comments throughout the week from those who not only are able to hear us but can see us on the stream, and it's a lot of fun to be able to do this for people who maybe don't have the opportunity to be here tonight at the game. And as they can see right now, I would challenge any high school in Oklahoma or further that may have opening festivities any bigger and brighter than what Owasso and Athletic Director Zach Duffield puts on here at Owasso.
Pregame show happening right now. We'll take a final 2-minute timeout and be back for the kickoff right after this. This is Owasso Ram football on KYFM.
The kick back toward the 5-yard line, picked up by Barker at the 10, 15. He's at the 20, on his feet at the 30, 40. Run, baby, run. He's at the 40, down to the 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Promised land. Touchdown, Keelan Carney into the end zone. He goes. Give him 6. Left hash mark, he'll stop it up the land. Touchdown, Owasso!
It's football time in Owasso.
Jacobs following his way. Up to the 40, down to the 35, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown!
This is Ram football.
Back to Owasso Stadium, the Owasso Rams taking the field tonight as they get set to take on the Timberwolves of Norman North here on homecoming. I'm Grant Merrill along with Steve Mowry, Rob Williams, Kelly Ward tonight, Gabe Kessler punching all the buttons this evening as our director, and we'll give you a full list of credits in our post-game show. But Steve, we mentioned your keys to victory. Of course, Norman North, the one-win team coming in tonight, and most people across the state, all the prognosticators looking for Owasso to win this one handily this evening, but of course you don't want to put the cart before the horse.
Certainly a dangerous game anytime you're dealing with young people like this. Coach Blankenship has talked about it on several occasions that you want to make sure that you don't let a team like Norman North, who is very capable, you don't want them to get the momentum, get confidence. That's why it's important to try to take control of things early in the ball game, establish the line of scrimmage, and hopefully get some points on the board.
I know that before we get started, while everybody's getting ready for kickoff, you'll probably want to get a quick word in for the Hall of Fame induction ceremony tomorrow night.
Yes, it's going to be held here at the Wellness Center on the 3rd floor in the Ram Room. That'll be at 6:30. A great group of inductees coming in tomorrow night. We'll expand on that a little bit throughout our broadcast, but it'll be including Dusty Duncan, Elizabeth Eisterhold, Jalen Lowe, Levi Malini, former Superintendent Dr. Clark Ogilvie, Coach Steve Parker, and Morgan Tobin will be inducted tomorrow night. And I can tell you it's going to be a special class. They all are, but this one especially, some of the finest athletes to come through Owasso, and some that are just wonderful community leaders that have contributed so much to the Owasso school system. It'll be a lot of fun.
And I hear they have a very excitable MC as well.
He's supposed to be there, yes.
Back deep to receive for Norman North as they move from right to left. Malachi Gatewood, and also joining him in the backfield, Jake Tadlock. They set up shop at about the 5-yard line. We are ready for Hagan Hood to kick it away for the Owasso Rams as they tee it up. 40-yard line. He will do so from left to right this afternoon or this evening as we get things set up and ready to go here. 12 minutes put on the clock, and this one is just about underway. As we've got a little bit of a hold off, they kick, and now they'll put it up in the air. Actually, an end-over-end kick into the end zone, and so that will be a touchback to give the Rams first and 10 from their own 20 tonight to get things started. Beautiful night for football, not a cloud in the sky, and we finally had that football weather.
Yeah, great crew here, referee crew tonight. The head referee is going to be Randy Jeffers. Umpire tonight, Stuart Gallagher. The head linesman, Richard Dixon. The line judge will be Scott Johnson, and the back judge will be not the Hall of Famer, Kenny Stabler.
Well, they're going to actually re-kick this one, Steve, as Will Phelps is going to do the honors once again.
Sure that he got the signal to go ahead and do that. May have done it on his own, but a nice practice kick, so he'll get another opportunity to play it live this time.
Practice makes perfect. We need that for a state championship. 12 minutes again put on the clock, and here comes Phelps with the kick. He'll boot it away from the 35-yard line. That's going to be picked up at the 5. They'll take it to the 10, out to the 20-yard line, on his feet at the 25, 30, 35, 40 on the run there for Norman. That is going to be Jake Tadlock, and they'll get pretty good field position after a nice return for the Timberwolves.
Tristan Profit and Peyton Lusk in on the tackle that time, but a good return by the Timberwolves. They're going to have decent starting field position after the 5-yard penalty for procedure. They'll begin at about their own, we'll call it the 39-yard line, as it is spotted by the referee.
Moving from right to left on the radio dial is Jackson Romaldo, is your quarterback tonight. Timberwolves, who bring his team out onto the field, and we are ready to see what they can do with the football to start things out here. Romaldo gets set under center here. He'll snap his team into motion as flaps his hands, gets the snap, hands off to the first man through, and he'll get up to about the 42-yard line before being stopped, stuffed, tripped up. That's Bray Alonzo, the talented running back on the run there for almost a 4-yard gain.
Dawson Adams coming over from the left side, shoots into the gap and able to make the tackle.
That'll bring up 2nd and 6 now, Rams, for the Timberwolves, as the Rams defend at the 42-yard line. 2nd and 6, Twins out to the left, one man to the right. Adjusting some things as Rivaldo takes the snap, hands off, first man gets up to the 46-yard line. That again is going to be Bray Alonzo on that carry. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4 now.
Jamerson able to get behind and chase the running back down that time and force a quick 3rd down, and the defense here with an opportunity to get off the field.
So
playing tight on the outside receivers. Our corners are playing tight because they're so athletic, and you've got help over the top with both safeties.
Wins to the right, Romaldo taking the snap. As he does so, handoff again to Alonzo.
Pressure on the quarterback.
To Alonzo. He goes up the middle instead and can't go anywhere. He succumbed to the pressure there for about a 3-yard loss.
Brandon Dye right in his face says you're not going anywhere, and the Rams able to get the sack and force the Timberwolves into a punting situation.
So, as you were mentioning, they'll get their defense off the field here, and that will send Gage Laney back to receive at the 19-yard line for the Owasso Rams. 10-16 and the clock rolling, no score as of yet. Just joining us, and fourth punting it away on down at 7.
So a 3 and out for the Ram defense. Laney will set up at about the Ram 19-yard line. Not much breeze here this evening, but the Timberwolves are kicking into whatever is blowing. Not a good punt.
Slow, and it's going to be picked up by Laney at 25. He'll evade a defender at the 30 and finally be brought down to the 31, as making the stop there was Duncan Parham for the Northern North Timberwolves.
Nice job that time by Gage Laney. He let it hit the ground and wasn't sure whether or not he was going to pick it up, but he decides to and gives the Rams about an extra 12-yard head start in starting field position to open their first drive of the ballgame.
So, 9:48 left to play here. Duggar gets his first chance with his hands on the football in this game. Willis Trey Brown right there next to him. Man in motion to the right. Keelan Barney, handoff. Up the middle goes Brown. He's going to be stopped and stuffed as he runs into a wall of defenders there. I'm sorry, that's Derek Overstreet. That was a 28, not a 22. Overstreet with 2 touchdowns and quite a bit of playing time last week, Steve.
Yeah, and is really coming on strong as part of this rotation at running back while Isaiah Jacobs sits out.
Trips to the left, and Cole Duggar ready to take a snap here momentarily. He gets a second set of instructions from the sideline. Clock rolling at the 9:15 mark. No score. Duggar dropping back off the right hash mark, slings it left side, connects with an open receiver at the 38-yard line. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Trey Goins as he gets a nice gain there for the Rams.
Puts the Rams in a third, very manageable, maybe 2 yards at their own 39-yard line. Trying to get this first down. We talked about it in our pregame. Important for the Rams to come out. They've established the defensive side, now trying to establish on the offensive side.
Third down and 3 after a 7-yard gain. Getting ready to take the snap. Duggar switching places with Overstreet, his running back. Kirby into the right spot. Now Duggar drops back to throw, looks at the pass, doesn't take it. Instead runs up the middle. He'll get his first down as he gets up the 4-yard line. That's a Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down. You can move up those chains.
Well, they sent Overstreet out to the left and brought Mario Kirby in motion underneath, and he set up. And it really looked like Duggar was looking out to his right, but Kirby was well covered, so a good job by the Ram quarterback to tuck and run for the first down.
Goins and Carty split to the right, Lusk out to the left. Old Duggar takes the snap, fakes a handoff, guts it right side to Carty. Carty's at 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Owasso Rams into the end zone. Give him 6. 7:58 left to go in this first quarter. And just like that, Keelan Carty puts the first points on the board tonight for the Owasso Rams.
Great job clearing out the right side. Cole Duggar very patient in the pocket, found his open receiver. There was only one defender, and he got blocked by the receiver on this side, and it was an easy catch and score for Keelan Carty for the first score of the game. Swinging gate for 2 points.
Does he get in? I don't think so. They drag him back as they tried to go for 2.
I think Norman North may have called a timeout before the play. Let's see what the call is.
Gabe Kessler thinks they did. He's flashing timeout here in the booth. And I think they did. So just like that, 7:58 left to go here. 6-0 our score. And Steve, I mean, you give it to a guy like Keelan Carty, he's going to gain some yardage.
Well, and with that much space, there was only one defender here on the near side. Norman North had followed everybody over to the far side of the field, and there was a great block here on the near side that freed Keelan Carty to go basically into the end zone untouched.
Looks like they're going to kick the extra point here as Hagan Hood comes out and starts his practicing. 7:58 left to play as there's ready to try to make this a 7-0 affair. Extra point attempt coming as Gage Laney holds the football here. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick. It is through the uprights and good. 7-0 our score. 7:58 left to play in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second break and be back for the kick right after this. You are listening to Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM. Kick it away here for the Owasso Rams as they tee it up at the yard line. His end-over-end kick is going to be fielded in the end zone, and they'll hold that off a touchback as Norman North have the first and 10 from their own 20.
Grant, that's a really big difference there to be able to kick the ball out of the end zone, because that means Norman North is going to have to start on their own 20-yard line as compared to the 39-yard line. Basically, a 20-yard difference in starting field position for your opponent. Give them a long field, see if they can drive it down the field, which most teams thus far in the season have not been successful in establishing 80-yard drives down the field against this Owasso Ram defense.
Jackson Romaldo, the back again for the Timberwolves, leads his team on field since one-man split to the left. That's Malachi Gate. He goes face-to-face with Omar Barker. Now, handoff. First man through. Lonzo, he didn't get any.
Yeah, Hayden Grant met him in the backfield as soon as the handoff was given to the running back. Talked to Grant Hayden before the game and told him he'd been awfully quiet, and he looked at me and I go, well, I know you're being double-teamed, but you got to get off of that. I guess I made him mad, and so he crashed through that time and kind of looked up here like, there you go. So I wanted to start calling his name more, and he made himself known on that play.
Romaldo getting ready to take the snap here. Does so. Handoff. First man from the left side this time. That's Alonzo again. He's going to be dragged down.
That's perfect. That's exactly what you want to see. If Norman North's going to run east and west, this Ram defense is way too fast as Tristan Profit just flies across and makes the open field tackle here on the near side. Again, third and about 11, and another opportunity for the Rams defense to get off the field.
Wins out to the right side. Romaldo taking his team to the left hash mark here. Everybody ready to go at the 6:49 mark. Romaldo
comes a blitz.
Taking the snap, rolling to the right this time. Looking to throw. Can he do it? Can he get it off in time? He'll gun it up the right side. It was tipped almost.
Profit was underneath and was able to tip it. I don't know the intended receiver there, Grant. I believe it was Luke Switzer. I believe that's Barry's grandson.
I was about to say, that's a football name in Norman. So
Switzerland.
6:37 left to play. Fourth down and 11.
He may be streaming us tonight. Coach Switzer might be streaming, he
big
game here tonight. I think there's a big game down in Dallas tomorrow as well.
Pretty sizable game.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that one kid that's on the Owasso media crew here in all of his Texas gear. He shows up every week. You've had to have a talk several times. So
I think he thought I was kidding.
Here's the punt. It's going to be bouncing at the 3-yard line. We don't joke about that.
I wasn't kidding about that. No, don't wear that color up here.
Speaking of people who came here from another state today, my daughter Molly is in her first Ram Room experience tonight. So hi, Molly.
That'll be fun.
Merrill is one of the voices you hear on Charlie's Chicken. So very proud of that. So the Rams will have it first and 10 at the 43-yard line. 43-yard line of Norman North. The size. Duggar stacked receivers out to the right. Throwing to the right. He'll connect the open man and drops pass for Ronnie Thomas.
Got to catch the football. Got to look it into your hands.
6:23, 7-0 our score.
Mario Kirby in motion from left to right to get him out in front of Thomas, and also Trey Goins, two of your best blocking wide receivers, and then the drop pass by the youngster. Certainly that looked like a play that the Rams may come back to.
That'll bring up second down and 10. Cole Duggar off the left hash mark. Man in motion to the right is Thomas. He'll take the handoff as he gets up to the 40-yard line. 35-30, still on his feet at the 25, but brought down from behind as he gets almost to the 20. They'll probably call him out of bounds at about the 22-23.
Yeah, and that's the difference between the Ram defense and Norman North defense. We saw the Rams able to go sideline to sideline, and Norman North unable to get outside. That time Thomas, with a burst, is able to break the edge, get upfield for a big gain for the Rams.
Another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down. Ball presented by InsideOwasso.com. Play 14-0 our score. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, Kelly Ward along with you tonight. Rob Williams keeping the numbers up for us tonight. Speaking of those numbers, it's another J & Company certified public accounted scoring drive. What did it look like, Steve?
That was 3 plays, covered 43 yards, and the big touchdown pass from Cole Duggar to Mario Kirby, and the Rams lead 14-0.
Alonzo brings it back out to the 28-yard line as he has the turn there for Norman North.
So the team's coming out onto the field, and Grant, want to talk about our first inductee tomorrow night? It'll be Dusty Duncan. He was a 1987 graduate of Owasso High School. He was All-Metro in football, All-State in baseball, also played the Oklahoma-California All-Star team. Dusty had some big numbers in baseball with a batting average of .506 in 1986 and continued his playing career at Northeastern State University. He'll be one of the inductees tomorrow night.
Romaldo under center, 1st and 10 now for the Norman North Timberwolves. Handoff, first man through, busts up the middle. He'll get it up to about the 34-yard line. That's going to be Alonzo on the run. At 50 left to play here. 2nd down and 5 to go. 14-0 our score.
Norman North did not travel well.
No, they didn't.
But you know what? I'm not being critical because after that 2-hour drive to Edmond North the other night, I have great respect for them. If they choose not to come, I'm not here to belittle them. I'm just saying that with all the media that we have nowadays, staying done, we're here. He would have some unknown trivial fact that none of us would have any idea what it was about, and he could pull it out without looking it up. He's that he is that excited about OU football.
We were talking about Barry Switzer earlier. I'll tell you a funny Switzer OU Texas story here to this, Steve. But the year after Barry Switzer left OU, he took your position with the Arkansas Razorbacks. He was the color commentator.
Well, he was unemployed, so he had to take what he could get.
Right. Here comes the kick, as it is going to be a wobbly kick that's going to bounce back to the 39. Well, Frank Broyles told me this story one time that his first year as color commentator, one of the games that, about halfway through the season, he disappeared and they couldn't find him anywhere, and nobody knew where he was. Well, they went into one of the luxury booths next door, and he was watching the OU Texas game and told Frank, "I'm not going to miss this for the world."
Yeah.
So,
not enough.
So if I ever see you disappear, I know OU Texas might be on.
You know me better than that. If the Rams were on the field, you know I'll be in the booth.
1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Trips out to the right side. Lusk split to the left.
To the right.
And now Cole Duggar taking Steve's advice as he connects with Keelan Carty. Carty at the 40, up to the 45, gets up to the 49 before he's brought down by a host of Norman North Timberwolves.
Well, he was able to get out there, but that is Trey Goins once again doing his job, blocking on the outside, along with the freshman Cole Adams for the Rams. And that's going to move the ball up. 2nd and short. See what Coach Blankenship dials up here. He may want to take another shot in 2nd and short.
All right, here we go. Let's see what he does. Duggar back to throw, connects with Overstreet. Overstreet at the 50, 45, 40, down to the 35, ran out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and that's another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down.
And a great job by the offensive lineman to get out in front. Dylan Gilbert, along with Anthony Lawrence, were out in front. So Overstreet had quite an escort to get down the field. That's a big first down for the Rams.
Trips to the left, that's Goins, Carney, and Kirby. Lusk split to the right. Duggar taking the snap off the right hash mark. Handoff, Overstreet, out to the left side again. Gets up to the 25-yard line, up to the 23. That's going to be a gain of about 8 on the play.
Almost able.
As he had about 3 men on him while he was trying to make the catch.
Well, give credit where credit's due. That was a great defensive play by the defender, Malachi Gatewood, who was able to just jump up at the last moment and slap the ball away. Goins quite enough that time. It looked like Trey had to slow up there for just a moment, and I'm not sure if the wind affected that at all, but the play was for a moment looking for a defender as he kind of pump faked and then Kirby turned around, there's nobody there, and he just scampers into the end zone for his second touchdown of the night.
I think Kirby could have hopped into the end zone on one
agree.
foot and got there. I mean, it was that wide open as now Hagen Hood will try to kick the extra point here at the 2:19 mark. The kick is up. It is through the uprights and good. Our score 21-0 as Owasso leads Norman North. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back for the kick right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM. Play. Grant Merrill and Steve Mowry along with you with another J & Associates Certified Public Accountant scoring drive. Here's Steve.
Well, that drive took 6 plays, over 60 yards, only took a minute 33 off the clock, and it was finished with Mario Kirby, a 16-yard touchdown reception from Cole Duggar as the Rams lead 21-0 over Norman North.
A handoff from one receiver to the other as Bray Alonzo gets up to the 23-yard line. Was originally caught there by Malachi Gatewood, and he disposed of the football pretty quickly.
Well, our next inductee for tomorrow night's Owasso Athletic Hall of Fame will be Elizabeth Eisterhold. Liz was a 3-year starting catcher for the Owasso Lady Softball Rams, 3 years all-conference, 2007, 2008 all-state softball player, and then became a 4-year starter at Auburn University.
There's forgiveness for that.
Had 151 career hits at Auburn and ranks 4th all-time at Auburn in home runs.
Wow.
Congratulations, Elizabeth Eisterhold. Shane Eicher was very excited to see her go in to the Hall of Fame here at Owasso.
Well, and I tell you, she would be proud to see the foundation that her team and those that went before her have laid for what's going on this week in Shawnee. 1:44 left to play. Auburn actually has had very good softball teams over the years. My Razorbackness kind of exited my mouth there. So, dropping back to throw. They'll gun it up the right side to the 29-yard line, as that's going to be Malachi Gatewood making that catch.
Well, obviously, Gatewood very athletic, both on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball, but I'm not sure what else outside of him that Norman North is going to have to go to. Again, it's not enough for a first down. It's going to be another 3rd down. 3 possessions by Norman North here in the first quarter. 3 3-and-outs that this Ram defense is forced, trying to make it a 4th.
Twins out to the left side. Romaldo ready to take the snap. He does so. Handoff, first man through. He'll get up to the 30-yard line, up to the 33, and he's close to a first down there. I think they may move up the chains. Yes, they do. So that is another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down with 50 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
First down of the game for Norman North here under a minute to go in the first quarter.
43 seconds left. Twins out to each side of the line now. Romaldo ready to take the snap. Does so off the right hash mark here. Dropping back to throw. He'll gun it across the middle. Finding a man at the 40-yard line. He'll be brought down at about the 42. Closer and closer to a first down. He'll get another one. Move up the chains.
Magnus McKee there, I believe, on the reception that time. And Norman North has found a little bit of a rhythm here. McKee was the inside receiver on the far side. He just went down about 10 yards and turned around to receive the football.
1st and 10 Timberwolves. 11 seconds, 10 seconds. I think they're going to let the clock run out on this one, and we have put a quarter in the books. Our score, Owasso 21 and Norman North 0. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back for the second quarter after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please turn your attention to the north side 20-yard line for a very special presentation. This past spring, the Owasso Lady Rams 4x800-meter relay team set new school marks and entered the state championships as a true title contender. Leah Boucher ran the first leg, putting the Lady Rams into a good position as she passed the baton to Levi Glad, who moved the team into the top two. Freshman Libby Booth ran the third leg, moving the Lady Rams into first place before handing off to the anchor, Sierra Williams. When the dust settled, the Lady Rams 4x800-meter relay team finished as both school record holders and state champions. Additionally, Levi Glad finished her career as a state champion in the 400-meter. Please join me in congratulating team members Levi Glad, who's unable to be here tonight, Maya Boucher, Sierra Williams, and Libby Booth, your 2019 Class 6A 4x800-meter relay state champions.
As Steve Mallory playing the role of press box bouncer tonight. Glad you're with us here on KYFM Bartlesville, KYFM HD1 Bartlesville. Coming up at halftime, we've got plenty of homecoming festivities. As we have a few interviews as well. First and 10, Norman North. You've got some Hall of Famers headed our way.
A couple might come up here and say hello for a moment.
Congressman Kevin Hearn says he's dropping by as well, so we'll see if he stops by the booth. Ronaldo takes the snap, throws it left. It's going to be dropped and pounced on.
I was going to say, there wasn't a whistle, and finally the Rams scamper on the football thinking it might have been a lateral. Great awareness that time, but it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looked like it fell incomplete, but they weren't going to let anything go to chance. And 6 seconds into the second quarter, it'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 43-yard line. 11:54 left to play in this first half.
Beautiful night here at Owasso, a full moon looking over the stadium.
Twins out to the left. Romaldo is handing off to the first man through. He'll get up to the 44-yard line, and on the run again is going to be Chapman McCown for Norman North.
Odd triplet there for the initial hit, but the tackle finished by Jaden Love, a 5'11", 270-pound defensive lineman, a senior in on that tackle.
It's going to be a third down here as they'll spot the football at the 44-yard line. 11:28 left to go in the first half, and the clock rolling here. Twins out to the right, twins out to the left as well. Now a man in motion to the right as Ronaldo will take the snap. He'll drop back to throw, pressuring the quarterback as the defense. He'll throw it up the right side of the field. Is there anybody there to get it? Yes, they're going to get him at about the 16-yard line, and on the reception is Malachi Gatewood.
Yeah, so there was definitely a busted coverage that time because the Rams had a stunt going on up front on the defensive line. Looked like they had him for a moment. Romaldo was able to escape that, and wide open, uncovered was Gatewood down at about the Ram 20-yard line, and the Rams able to make the stop after Gatewood makes the catch.
I'm sure that was just an addition to Coach Klink's clipboard there as we get closer to the end zone for the Norman North Timberwolves. 10:47 left to play here, 21-0. Owasso leading it as Romaldo gets ready to take the snap from the right hash mark. One man split to the right, twins to the left. Handoff as his ball carrier rolls around the right side. That's McCown who gets up to the 16.
29 Chapman McCown on the carry.
Yeah, Norman North just not really finding any success on the outside. This Ram defense from sideline to sideline, very fast, very quick on their reads. So not much room on the ground going out on the edge.
2nd down and 9. 10:08 left to go here in the first half. 21-0 our score. Twins to the left, one man split to the right again. Romaldo, the quarterback, dropping back to throw this time, slings it toward the end zone. It's off the fingertips of his intended receiver, who is waiting out there near the 3-yard line, and that was
Jake Roberts, the tight end. And Jake is a big fella. We don't have his stats. He's got to go about 6'6", and he was wide open, and Romaldo just unable to get him the football again. The Rams not in good coverage that time as Roberts was wide open. However, that mistake puts Norman North in a 3rd down and long situation, give it about 9 yards.
Twins to the left as they'll line up here. Romaldo, the quarterback, quarterback, handing off, first man through is McCown again, and they read that like a book.
Well, they just keep trying to run off the right tackle, and the Rams following their keys. Tristan Prophet, once again, we've called his name numerous times throughout the first quarter, in on the tackle again. And so now here is a situation for Norman North to decide, is this an area they want to try a field goal? They're 3 touchdowns down. They haven't had success moving the football, but it is a 4th and 11. Interesting play call here.
And now the players signaling these fans to get on their feet and make some noise, try to put some distractions
Well,
up.
it looks like Norman North's going to let the clock down and run down and then call timeout.
So with 9:12 left to go in this first half, we'll take a timeout with them and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM, presented by InsideOwasso.com.
The kick is no good.
It's a field goal coming out of the timeout. 9:04 left to play here. 21-0 our score, and their field goal attempt is no good, as it'll remain 21-0, Steve, as boy, they tried their hardest to put some points on the board, but they're just unable to find their identity tonight.
Yeah, they had some rhythm going on that drive. Started out with 3 and outs by this Ram defense. Got down. The Rams defense on that drive, kind of that bend but don't break philosophy, and able to hold the Norman North Tigers scoreless and keep the shutout going here with 9:04 to go in the second quarter. It's Owasso 21, Norman North 0.
Twins out to the right, Lusk split to the left, and Cole Duggar ready to take it off the left hash mark. First and 10 from the 20. Duggar takes the snap, hands off, first man through, gets up to the 20-yard line. Flags flying on the play. I think this is our first flag of the evening on Owasso.
Actually, they had one on the opening kickoff.
That's
true. It was
true,
a procedure
yes.
for 5 yards.
8:57 left to play, but either way, it's significantly less flags than we've seen in any game in the season. So,
or last week.
Right, well, there is that. Travel to Edmond North at your own peril. So, 8:57 left to go here. This is going to knock Owasso back. It'll be first and 20 from the 10-yard line after the penalty yards are assessed as Cole Duggar gets ready. Everybody's close in except for Lusk. He's split to the left. Derek Overstreet in at running back once again. Dropping back to throw, Duggar. He'll sling it up the left side of the field, trying to connect, overthrew Peyton Lusk just a little bit. Peyton was going about 80 miles an hour trying to catch up with that football and just couldn't quite get to it in time.
Had a step on the defender here on the near side, was able to get behind the secondary. That was Joshua Bowie that was in the cornerback position trying to follow Lusk down the field, but maybe just a little bit more air under the football, and Lusk is able to make that play.
8:51 left to go here in the first half.
And again, I know they've used him twice already, but this might be Mario Kirby territory, or even Trey Goins on the matchup here again on the outside.
Last time you said that, you were like a psychic. It happened.
Yeah, you got lucky. Now we're going to have a flag. We got a procedure call against the Rams.
You know, when you said that last week that this is Mario Kirby territory, and then he scored that touchdown, the Twitter was going ablaze with like paying homage to your football knowledge. I mean, that's
even the blind pig finds the barn occasionally. So.
That's true. 8:51 left to go. They're going to knock the Rams back even more here.
That wasn't an Arkansas reference. I didn't mean that. So.
Yeah, that's okay. After the year,
who did the Razorbacks play this weekend?
I don't even care.
Oh.
So,
There's Duggar back in the end zone, flushed out to the right.
Throws it as he'll sling it up to Derek Overstreet, who was up to about the 15-yard line. 8:40 left to play here. They play Liz's alma mater, by the way, the Auburn Tigers. So
Not good.
be a little brunch-style tailgating as our Razorbacks have been relegated to the 11 o'clock kickoffs, probably for the rest of eternity. So,
Yeah, most folks will be watching another game tomorrow.
so will I, actually. Trips out to the left, one-man split to the right, as Cole Duggar gets a second set of instructions from the sidelines here.
I try to go to Cole Adams here in the slot on the near side.
Will they listen to Steve?
Nope, they're going to go right.
Cole Duggar drops
Good
back
job.
to throw.
Got some room.
He's gone into the 35. He'll get out at the 38-yard line. That's going to be Derek Overstreet on the run there.
Nice job by the sophomore to just catch, turn up field. The Rams overcome a 3rd and 15 on just a short pass play out to the right. That's been their bread and butter here the whole ball game so far. Throw it out to a receiver and let the other two receivers block the remaining two cornerbacks.
That'll be another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down. 7:55 left to play, first half action. Out of Owasso Marching Band with a homecoming performance at halftime. A lot of festivities here tonight. Hope you can join us if you're out and about this evening. Love to have you here at Owasso Stadium. Stacked receivers to the left, one-man split to the right. Getting ready to take the snap is Cole Duggar. Duggar off that right hash mark, hands off, first man through is going to be Overstreet. He'll get up to the 43-yard line.
I was going to say, let's just start running at them a little bit here and see if we can't push this defensive line back.
That'll be a 7-yard gain. Actually, we play Kentucky tomorrow, the Razorbacks do, so still more people watching OU Texas. Auburn is next week on the schedule for Arkansas. Dropping back to throw. A connection to Keelan Carty.
Offensive line is just blowing the defense back 4 yards before they even get a hand on the running back. We talked about how important play.
Duggar handing off to Overstreet. Kept it up the middle. There he goes up to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, Duggar ran the defensive end coming off the right side, pulled the ball back out of Overstreet's hands and took it right up the middle. A great call, a good read by the senior quarterback, Duggar.
So that'll bring up third down and a couple of inches here.
You know, that's the thing about Cole in the pocket, or when he's reading the defense. He just doesn't make many mistakes. He's just very calming, looks very patient, takes time to read the defensive end, pulls the ball back out, and is willing to take the 5 or 6 yards up the middle.
Twins to the right, Duggar, the handoff, first man through, Overstreet gets the first down, but we've got a flag. He got up to about the 29-yard line. I did an interview on Sports Talk 1400 in Oklahoma City today about this game tonight. When we asked about Cole Duggar, that's one of the things I said, to have transferred in from Collinsville. He acts like he's been here before and has settled in as nicely as any quarterback could. So definitely a lot of props here for the Duggar dropping back to throw this time. No kick on his mind as he'll sling it up the right quarter this time. Almost caught, but goes through the hands of his intended receiver, Cole Adams, who was
football finishing up at Langston and was player of the year there, and also a fantastic basketball player. And I'm sure Jalen would tell you he had probably the best boss in Owasso when he was in high school.
Down to the 45 go the Norman North Timberwolves. We'll cut out his introduction at that comment.
Sure he would mention that. So.
First and 10 from the 49-yard line. I would come back with something, but all of my statements would probably offend you, Steve.
I'll tell you what, I'll say this about Jalen is I've seen a lot of kids come through. Jalen is one of the most competitive young men I've ever seen in my life. You talk about never quit.
Ronaldo off the middle gets up to about the 46-yard line. What'd you have him do at the funeral?
Yeah, whatever he wanted. He would come into the office, and I called him in one time, and I said, son, I just want you to know about I think you've done everything possible I've seen an athlete do. You do something else. I mean, from the time he was a sophomore and came in and won a game over Norman, and when they come up to meet you, it's with bad intentions.
I wouldn't want to meet him on that.
I'm glad they're the guys you say. I'm glad they're on our team.
Yes, these are my bodyguards here.
King was just let go, and he had a straight shot to the quarterback. Coach Klink dialing up a fantastic blitz package that side. Andre King, he's a guy that is really coming onto his own and becoming a defensive force. 6'2", 195. So, you know, for the most part in Class 6A size, he's not considered that big for a defensive lineman, but very quick and very strong.
They'll punt it away on 4th down here. Here comes the kick. His pressure was abounding from to throw. Slings it right side, connecting with an open receiver. That'll bring up 1st and 10 now from the 37-yard line. Duggar again with a handoff. Carney up the right side, gets up to the 44. So that'll be another significant.
I was going to say, Coach Blankenship really, we talked about
after the Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down. 3:10 left to play here. That'll bring up 2nd down and 3. Back to throw, Cole Duggar. He'll sling it up the right side of the field into no man's land as Hagan Hood was brought down before he could go after the football, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Not sure there wasn't some incidental contact as he.
2nd down and 2 actually is where they'll spot it on the scoreboard, so we'll go with that. Stacked receivers out to the left as Peyton Lusk splits to the right. And we'll
he fell down.
Wait the snap to Cole Duggar. Past that 1st down marker, it looked like that he was out of bounds at about the 40, and they're going to move up those chains. What's going on here, and see if we need to take a break as well. We've got 1:56 left to go in the first half. While they tend to him, we'll take a timeout and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on 101.1 KYFM.
Morning, Daniel. Morning, Rambo.
Morning. You on the game tonight?
Of course. I'm just not sure what we're going to do with this new guy. He gets so excited about everything. He's jumping around, foghorns, throwing his hands up. I've got foghorns. You want some foghorn? I've got your foghorn. Oh, everybody loves the new guy. Everybody thinks he's the funny guy. What about me? What about me?
Hi, I'm Dr.
Grant, the young man from Jordan Ford, I'm sorry, the young man from Norman North, still being worked on at the 35-yard line. And Steve, I tell you, it's been a dominating first half for Owasso, but Norman North showing some signs of brilliance every once in a while.
Yeah, and now we see Ford able to get up and come off the field under his own power. He's a senior starting linebacker for this Norman North defense. And really, Grant, I think you're starting to see some fatigue from the Timberwolf defense. The Rams offensive line, we talked about it in pregame. They needed to set the tone. They have absolutely done that here in the first half, and I think it's just worn the Timberwolves down. We've got them chasing the sideline to sideline, and really with their team speed, they're not able to keep up with this Ram stable of receivers and running backs.
From the left hash mark, Duggar back to throw, looking, he'll sling it up the left side of the field, aiming for his open receiver, and it's dropped as he was getting it toward Jere Austin, and Austin just couldn't make the catch there, so that'll stop the clock with a minute 37 left to play and bring up 3rd down and 4.
Quick snap.
Duggar ready, takes it off the left hash mark.
He tried to bump him. That's what I thought was interference, and Adams was wide open in the end zone for the touchdown.
Hagan Hood will try to kick the extra point.
Hi, I'm Dr. Naveen Kalambia, orthopedic surgeon with Tulsa Bone and Joint in Owasso. The big thing is that we're here, we're local, and our goals are to provide a quick appointment, spend time with each patient to explain everything that's going on. We are the official physicians of the Owasso Rams, but we're real excited and very proud to serve the community in Owasso and the surrounding area. Tulsa Bone Joint obviously has a great reputation in the region. We bring all of that power here to Owasso.
In this first half of play, as it's 28-0 Owasso leading over the Norman North Timberwolves. Also getting ready to kick it away from right to left. I'm Grant Merrill along with Steve Mowry and Kelly Ward. Kelly Ward down at the sideline tonight as Rob Williams punches all the buttons and makes us sound good this evening, and ready to see what Norman North can do in this last 63 seconds of the contest, or 83 seconds of the contest. Here's the kick from Hagen Hood. He's going to kick it up end over end toward the 29-yard line. That's where it's picked up. They'll take it up to the 35, to the 40, up to the 47, and on the return there is going to be Cale Cabanis for Norman North.
That last touchdown scoring drive by the Rams took 9 plays, covered 74 yards, and took 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Finished by a 34-yard touchdown pass from Cole Duggar to Cole Adams. And that upped this Rams lead to 28-0, a minute 17. Here to go on homecoming night before halftime.
1st and 10, Timberwolves at the 47-yard line. Minute 17 left to play here. Twins out to each side of the line as man in motion to the right for Rivaldo. Take the snap off the left hash mark. Jackson Rivaldo back to pass, guns it up the right side. It's falling incomplete there. Is
just out of the outstretched arms of Jake Roberts, the senior tight end.
That senior tight end seen a lot of playing time tonight. He's
had a rough time. Part of that falls on the quarterback. He was open on this drag route on the outside, and Rivaldo, he's had pressure in his face all night long, and was unable to get the ball on the mark.
Twins out to the right, one man split to the left.
I mean, if they're going to do that, the Rams with an opportunity to get a turnover.
Minute 12 to play here. Snapped, Rivaldo tries to hand off and ends up keeping it as he runs up the left side, gets up to the 47. That might bring up 3rd and 9 if he got anything.
Rams might take a timeout there, but they're going to let this clock continue to roll. Up 28-0.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have our halftime interview with Zach Duffield, the athletic director of the Owasso School District, brought to you by Trails Inn Barbecue. Congressman Kevin Hearn dropping by as well. Catch up with a few Hall of Famers as well through the end of halftime in the third quarter. 3rd down and 9, dropping back to throw Rivaldo. He guns it right side.
There's
it's intercepted. Oh my!
Yep.
Here comes
just what we
the
talked
Rams.
about.
They'll get it back up to the 40. Gage Laney at the 30, down to the 35. 10-5, touchdown Owasso. Gage Laney will put 6 more on the board after getting the interception and running it back to the promised land. How about that?
4th interception of the season, 2nd returned for a touchdown by Gage Laney, and that ups this Rams lead to 34-0. I kept saying if they're going to keep trying that, the Rams are going to have an opportunity for a turnover. Gage Laney did exactly that as that ball floated up in the air, and then everybody for the Owasso defense turned, found a white shirt, and led Laney into the end zone.
17 seconds left to play in this first half. Hagen Hood will try to kick the extra point here. His attempt, the kick, it's up through the uprights and good, and that'll make it 35-0 in favor of the Rams. 17 seconds left to play in this first half. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Tees it up at the 40-yard line. Gets ready to kick it away. Or actually, yeah, Hagan's going to take the kick here. It's end over end, and it'll be fielded at the 25-yard line. Receiver's going to get it back up to the 30, up to the 35, up to the 40-yard line, brought down at the 41-yard line, and for Norman North, Cale Cavanis, the ball carrier, and as you mentioned, Hagan Hood making the stop there with 8 seconds left to go.
Make the kickoff, make the tackle. He comes running off the field, all excited. Rams with a 35-0 lead with 8 seconds to go.
First down and 10. As they'll spot the ball at the 42-yard line. Norman North with one more chance to try something. See what they try to do right here.
I say probably take a knee or just hand it to the running back.
So Ribaldo on the right hash mark, ready to try this last 8 seconds here. He'll send a man in motion to the left. Handoff, first man up. He'll get up to about the 44-yard line. And Ribaldo actually on the quarterback keeper. It looked like he had tried to make a handoff, but he didn't after all, and kept it for not much of a game. But as the first half comes to an end, nothing doing there for Norman North, and it's 35-0. Stay with us. Our Jim Glover Auto Family Halftime Show is next. We'll talk with Zach Duffield, our athletic director, and then Congressman Kevin Hearn drops by the press box as well. Stay with us. This is Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM.
Morning, Daniel. Morning, Rambo.
Morning. You going to the game tonight? Of course.
I'm just not sure what we're going to do with this new guy. He gets so excited about everything. He's jumping around, foghorns, throwing his hands up. I've got foghorns. You want some foghorn? I've got your foghorn. Oh, everybody loves the new guy. Everybody thinks he's the funny guy. What about me? What about me?
Hi, I'm Dr. Naveen Kalambia, orthopedic surgeon with Tulsa Bone and Joint in Owasso. The big thing is that we're here, we're local, and our goals are to provide a quick appointment, but spend time with each patient to explain everything that's going on. We are the official physicians of the Owasso Rams, but we're real excited and very proud to serve the community in Owasso and the surrounding area. Tulsa Bone and Joint obviously has a great reputation in the region. We bring all of that power here to Owasso.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life. And it's what you hear when you really listen.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please direct your attention to midfield as we honor 7 Owasso graduates as they are inducted into the Owasso Athletics Hall of Fame class of 2019. Our first Hall of Fame inductee is a 1987 graduate of Owasso High School and was a member of the football and baseball teams. In football, he helped the Rams to an 11-1 record his junior season, while as a starter in the secondary. On the baseball field, he was named a 2-time All-Metro selection, an OK Cal All-Star, and All-State honors. During his junior and senior years, he knocked in a combined 84 runs on 116 hits, with 17 home runs and 40 extra base hits. He later went on to play collegiate baseball at Northeastern State University. Ladies and gentlemen, our first Hall of Fame selection, Mr. Dusty Duncan. Our next inductee is a 2008 graduate of Owasso High School and was a starter on the Lady Rams softball team for 3 seasons. She earned 3-time All-Conference honors, 2-time All-Region honors, and 2-time All-State honors. In 3 seasons, she compiled 122 hits and 101 RBIs and is the Lady Rams single-season home run record holder with 11. She would go on to be a 4-year starter at Auburn University, finishing her career in the school's top 10 in games played, career RBIs, and career home runs. She now lives in Tulsa with her husband, and they are expecting their first child. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Hall of Fame, Elizabeth Eisterhold. Our next inductee is a 2013 graduate of Owasso High School and was a member of the football and basketball programs. As a quarterback, wide receiver, defensive back, and kick returner on the gridiron, he led the Rams to a state semifinal appearance and set the school record for more touchdown passes in a game with 6. For his efforts, he was honored as the district's most valuable player and was an all-state selection. On the hardwood, he led the Rams to a state tournament appearance on his way to additional all-state honors. He continued both his football and basketball careers at the collegiate level, most recently earning second-team All-American honors at quarterback in 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Owasso Hall of Famer, Jalen Lowe. Our next inductee is a 1999 graduate of Owasso High School and was a 4-year starter on the Rams golf program. His honors include individually qualifying for state his sophomore and junior years and qualifying as a team his senior year, the first time the golf program placed as a team in the state tournament. During his career, he had 12 top 10 finishes before continuing his career as a 4-year starter at Northeastern State University. He led NSU to 4 consecutive NCAA tournament appearances and a school record number 7 national team ranking in 2002. He earned all-conference, all-district, and all-regional honors and was inducted into the NSU Athletic Hall of Fame in 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Owasso Athletics Hall of Fame, Levi Molini. Our next inductee has impacted the lives of literally tens of thousands of students. During his career, he utilized the expertise of community members and networked with business leaders to create strategic plans that are referenced with respect throughout our state and region. He leveraged more than $200 million during his most recent leadership tenure to benefit the Owasso community and its students. Across his career of more than 4 decades, he has been recognized locally and at a state level for his sphere of educational influence. He advocates at every turn for public education, for the community of Owasso, and for his deeply seated principles. Today, he continues to serve on philanthropic boards and remains an ardent supporter of education in the state of Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hall of Famer Dr. Clark Ogilvie. Our next inductee is a 1986 graduate of Owasso High School. As a student athlete, he was a 3-year letterman in football, where he earned All-District, All-Metro, Tulsa World All-State, and OCA All-State honors. He was also a 4-year letterman in track, earning multiple All-Metro and Region honors in both the shot and discus, and combined 5-time state qualified. For his efforts, he was named the 1986 Owasso High School Male Athlete of the Year and earned a scholarship to play football at Northwestern Oklahoma State University. He returned to Owasso in 1995 and has since been the head track coach for the last 19 years and head cross-country coach since 2017. His coaching achievements include leading the Rams and Lady Rams to 4 All-State honors in cross-country and 26 state champions in track. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Hall of Fame, Coach Steve Parker. Our final inductee is a 2010 graduate of Owasso High School. She was a member of the Lady Rams volleyball and basketball programs, anchoring the volleyball program as a sophomore to a state title in 2008. On the basketball court, she led the Lady Rams to a state tournament appearance her junior season. After graduating, she was awarded full scholarships to play at the University of New Mexico before transferring to Oklahoma State University. As a Lady Ram, she set 11 school records on the hardwood, including points in a game with 39, total rebounds in a season with 282, and career three-pointers made with 132. For her efforts, she was honored as a first-team All-State, Frontier Valley Conference Player of the Year, Tulsa All-Metro Player of the Year, and a McDonald's All-American nominee. Ladies and gentlemen, our final member of the 2019 Hall of Fame class, Morgan Tobey. Once again, please join us in thanking and congratulating once again our Owasso Athletics Hall of Fame class of 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Owasso High School Marching Band. Presenting the 2019 show titled Our Source, Owasso is proud to present drum majors Donovan Schaefer, Amaya Turner, Madeline Heinrichs, Jordan Corbett, and JC Lansdowne, and the pride of Owasso. Missouri, and the Utah State Marching Championship, a two-time Grand National finalist in Indianapolis, Indiana, and the 2012 St. Louis Student Regional Champions. They will make a sixth appearance at the Pasadena Tournament of Roses Parade in 2020 and recipients of the Super Foundations, Sutler Shield and Sutler Flag Award. Let's hear it again for the Pride of Owasso. Blaming all my roots, I showed up in boots, ruined your blind tie. The last one to know, the last one to show, I was the last one you thought you'd see there. And I saw the surprise and the fear in his eyes when I took his glass of champagne. I toasted you, said, honey, we may be through, but you'll never hear me complain. 'Cause I got friends in long places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. And I'll be okay. I'm not big on sauce and graces, think I'll slip on down the other places. So I've got a friend in low places. Well, I guess I was wrong. I just don't belong. Then I've been there before. Everything's all right.
Laptop, gaming computer, computer parts, or basic computer for your home, they've got that too. They carry Oklahoma's largest inventory of computer parts. If your computer's running slow, mine is, we need to get that taken care of too at Wholesale Computer Supply. 9540 North Garnett by CC's Pizza. Call 274-6464. Proud supporter of the Owasso Rams. With an expert assistant on his knee, Steve Mowry has got a J & Company by the number stats update.
Well, my friend Grayson is here with me, and he's going to help us go over the numbers, and it's been complete domination by the Owasso Rams so far here in this first half. First downs 9 for Owasso, only 3 for Norman North. The Rams with 10 rushes on the ground for 65 yards, and Norman North 18 carries for 14 yards. Passing yardage, Cole Duggar is 13 of 20 in the game for 253 yards. On the other side, Romaldo only 4 of 10 for 70 yards and 1 interception. That was the Gage Laney interception return for 70 yards. The Rams have 4 penalties in the ball game for 30 yards. Timberwolves 1 penalty for 5 yards. The Rams, I mean, they score so quickly. They've only had time of possession of 8 minutes and 4 seconds. Norman North has had the ball 15 minutes and 56 seconds. Defensively, the Rams have held the Norman North Timberwolves only 2 of 8 on third down, and the Rams 2 of 4 on third down. Looking at the individual numbers, just not a lot to read here so far in the first half. For Norman North, Alonzo 9 carries for 13 yards. McCown 4 carries for 4 yards. As we mentioned, Romaldo 4 of 10. His main receiver has been Gatewood, who has 2 receptions for 49 yards. Roberts, a reception for 11 yards, and Cavinus, a reception for 10 yards. On the other side, Rams with numbers all over the place. Hagen Hood has a carry for 4 yards. Overstreet, 4 carries for 18 yards. Thomas with 2 carries for 27 yards, and the quarterback Cole Duggar, 2 rushes for 9 yards. As we mentioned, Duggar through the air, 13 of 20, and has thrown 4 touchdown passes on the night, 253 yards. Mario Kirby has been on the receiving end of 2 of those touchdowns on 2 receptions for 38 yards. Peyton Lusk has a reception for 11 yards. Trey Goins, 2 receptions tonight for 16 yards. You throw Carney in the mix. He has 4 catches for 92 yards, including a touchdown. Cole Adams has 34 yards on 1 reception. That also was a touchdown. And then Overstreet, also out of the backfield in the mix, 3 receptions for 64 yards. Total yardage in the first half, 328 yards for the Owasso Rams, only 84 for Norman North. It's been all Owasso Ram football here in this first half on homecoming night and Hall of Fame night.
All the Owasso all the time.
That's
so
exactly right.
We're going to let Grayson call the third quarter here?
I don't know.
Buddy here?
He's wound up with the binoculars, so I'm going to let him be my spotter.
Omar Barker back deep to receive, joined in the backfield by Cole Adams as they'll move from right to left on the radio dial. Norman North getting set to tee it up and kick it from left to right. They'll tee it up at the 40-yard line. Glad you're with us as we come to the top of the hour on KYFM Bartlesville, KYFM HD1 Bartlesville. A fresh new 12 minutes put on the clock as, again, your Rams leading the Norman North Timberwolves 35-0 heading into the third. Right back to the 30, up to the 35, up to the 40, down at the 48-yard line, and on the return there's Dawson Adams. 8 seconds into this thing, it'll be 1st and 10 from nearly midfield.
Both of the Adams kids can really take off. So we got a change here. So we'll mention our next Hall of Fame inductee. It's a 1999 graduate, Levi Malini, who was a 4-year starter on the Owasso golf team, 2-year individual state qualifier. He was involved with the state championship runner-up, all-state boys golf, and then led Northeastern State University to its first ever NCAA tournament.
Kellen Pekoski handing off, breaking free to the 30, to the 25-20. Out at the 15 is Derek Overstreet. Overstreet with another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down, Mr. Mowry.
Well, and then Levi was inducted into the NSU Athletic Hall of Fame in 2017. And he's going to join us here in a moment. And we're going to let Levi talk on the radio with us here for a little bit and see how much he knows about football. Now, Levi is a golfer, Grant.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to test his football knowledge here in a little bit. So.
Kellen Pekoski, the new quarterback, hands off to Overstreet, and Overstreet stopped and stuffed with not much of a gain there, actually a loss at about the 17-yard line. So that one didn't quite go as expected for the Rams.
By the way, Levi is also the four-time club champion out at the Patriot Golf Club as well. So
beat you by just that much, right?
Yeah, we don't play a whole lot because apparently his game is done in about 3.5 hours, and mine takes about 6.5 or 7 hours.
That's okay.
So.
We understand. Pekoski from the 17-yard line, dropping back to throw this time. Guns it up the middle of the field. It's off the fingertips of Keelan Carney. So just like that, it is
Got a lot of the backups coming in trying to make some noise. We did this last week, so we'll try to make sure that we get everybody, everyone's name mentioned on the radio. The Rams are going to go fast here, line up very quickly at 3rd and 3.
Pekoski with Overstreet next to him. He will take the snap here momentarily after he gets a second set of instructions from the Owasso sideline. Trips out to the right as he'll get ready here. Pekoski back to throw, slings it right side toward Carney. It was almost picked off, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So joining us now is Levi Malini, who's going to be inducted tomorrow night into the Hall of Fame. And I told you before, Grant, it's an exciting time for me because I have a couple of kids that I've called their high school games, and I have good friends going in as well. Steve Parker, Jalen Lowe, Morgan Tobin, Dusty Duncan. We've known the Duncan family, since I was in elementary school, just a pillar family in the community as we get ready for the field goal.
Hagen Hood with a 36-yard try here. His kick is up, and it is going to be good, and it is now 38-0, 10:54 left to play, and instead of taking a break, let's throw it to the Hall of Fame.
Well, I just want to talk to Levi here, joining us in the booth. Welcome to the booth. Congratulations on your induction into the Owasso Athletic Hall of Fame. Levi, obviously, his numbers don't lie, a tremendous golfer, but he's one of those young men that played golf, but came back to Owasso and now is very successful in business. And Levi, welcome to the show. And I just want to ask you, you know, you and I haven't even had a chance to talk about this, about what this induction into the Owasso Athletic Hall of Fame means to you.
It's just extremely humbling. It almost leaves you speechless, because the guys that I'm inducted with, the guys and gals that I'm inducted with are amazing athletes. So it's just an honor to be included with them, really, more than anything. It's great to represent golf as a sport, and my team was huge, and I think it's a team honor, because if we hadn't done what we did my senior year, I probably wouldn't be getting inducted either. So I feel like I'm a little bit window dressing on the Hall of Fame class this year.
Rams on the kickoff there as Norman North will take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Hey, real quick, names I may not be familiar with, who might have been some of your teammates at Owasso during that time?
Eric Moore, he played with me at Northeastern State University, two-time All-American, freshman All-American. He's got inducted into the NSU Hall of Fame class of 2015, I believe, so he's a Hall of Famer as well. Tremendous athlete. Aaron Lee is also a great golfer that went on to play college as well.
And I know we talked about you coming back to Owasso. You have a business here, and as Norman North on 1st and 10 will hand off up the middle, and the Rams there, Brandon Dye in on the tackle immediately on the running back, a gain of about maybe 2 yards.
Bray Alonzo on the run there, by the way.
And bring up 2nd and 8. And so, you know, talk about the experience you had playing golf here in Owasso, because, you know, and I know you know when I mean this, is golf is one of those minor sports, and I don't mean in significance, I just mean it's just one of those sports that's not like football, basketball, or baseball that draws the crowd. You know, my daughter played tennis and golf. You know, talk about the excitement, and I am, of you being in the Hall of Fame, putting golf on the map, and then here, Corey Bird, the job he's doing, Rams with 2 state championships in golf.
Yeah, Corey's doing a great job with the program, and it's only going to go up from here. I mean, what he's doing at Bailey Ranch, and then what the Patriot is doing with their junior program is phenomenal. The Patriot junior program last year had 27 kids. This year it had 58 kids, so it's more than doubled in size. I mean, Owasso Rams golf is here to stay. They're going to be great for years to come.
And also, I want to talk about, you know, your mom and dad and your family, and how proud they are, and your wife and kids. I mean, you've got, what, 2 tables reserved tomorrow night, I think, at least, don't you? Has he moved it up to 3 or 4 now? Is that?
No, I think 2. But I have 3 daughters, ages 12, 7, and 6. One just turned 8, actually. And the 12-year-old is big time in soccer. And so I'm learning as I go here how much effort and how much time and how much resources you have to put into a kid when they put their heart into a sport.
So 12-year-old daughter here, same, absolutely.
It's crazy.
He's learning soccer, so now he understands how I feel about golf when I go out and try to do that. Here's a punt by Norman North. It's going to be a line drive punt. Gage Laney's going to call everybody off and let it roll inside the Ram 25-yard line down to the 23, and it'll be picked up there, 1st and 10 for Owasso. And I got to go a sidebar here, because I said I was going to test Levi on his football knowledge. Well, what people don't know is Levi are charter members of our head of household fantasy football league. When did we start that, Levi? You started what how long we been in?
I believe 2004.
Yeah, so
he's in there with Renee, right?
Well, he has a Super Bowl. He's a Minnesota Vikings
head of the household.
Okay,
head of the household. Yeah, we run our homes. I mean, that's why we call it that. And so
we think we do.
So Rams, 1st and 10, throw out to the right side and tackled immediately there. Down, that'll be the loss of about 4 yards. But Levi has won the Fantasy Football Super Bowl. I'm 0 for 4.
Okay.
But I did beat him last week. We did match up, and I won that matchup. But we're both struggling right now. He needs a running back. I need a wide receiver. So we're working on some things there.
Maybe y'all could make some deals here in the booth
yeah.
before you leave. So
that sounds like a plan.
Kellen Pekoski off the right hash mark, ready to take the snap here. Handing off, first man through, Overstreet's going around the left corner, getting up to the 21, up to the 23-yard line. And Levi, I guess Hall of Famers get a free business plug. What are you doing now?
AAA Insurance. I
Okay.
have an agency over there by German Corner. I've had it since 2008, and just love taking care of our customers, and it's just great to be a part of the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Levi's, like I said, this class has a lot of personal meaning for me, but also the representation of Owasso. And we talk about all the time these young people that go off to school and then come back and are avid parts in our community. Very active, and Levi is one of those that, I can remember him in high school, and we were playing church league basketball, and then he goes off, plays golf, gets married, comes back, and starts a business. It's just fun to have friends, and I'm proud to call him a friend, and am excited for him. I'm sure his family is most excited, but I'm excited for him as a friend, and am really looking forward to tomorrow night to that induction. So very deserving, and that's the thing, Grant, about all these inductees. The first thing they talk about is how humbling this is, but I'm going to tell you, I tell every one of them, you're in it because you deserve it, and Levi is certainly no exception to that.
Malachi Gatewood back to receive now for Norman North as Owasso kicks it away. He's going to be tackled there at about the 37-yard line, and they're making the stop is going to be Braxton Bickham, the defensive back for the Owasso Rams.
Levi, you been in the Ram room tonight? Have you been up there before?
I have not. It's quite the facility.
Yeah, tell us about your experience over there. Let me ask you, I saw some of the folks that were in there earlier. Are they still piping in the radio over there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a party up there.
Did you realize you'd have to defend me as much as you're having to defend?
not quite.
I know.
Not quite.
Stepped into the snake pit there, did you?
Just a little bit.
I just want to know, is his reputation as bad in church league sports as we've heard?
He's a bruiser.
I
would say he's a bruiser.
It gets spicy.
Yeah.
All right, well.
What he lacks in skill, he makes up in physicality.
Boy, that's
and talk, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, a lot of verbiage there. So, well, listen, congratulations. Thanks for coming up here and joining us, and look forward to being a part of the banquet tomorrow night and seeing your family and being a part of witnessing your induction into the Athletic Hall of Fame.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Levi. I appreciate you being with us. All right, as Norman North will take it, they'll have it second down and 5 from the 42-yard line, or second down and 6 actually, with 7:45 left to play. 38-0 our score. As the handoff to the first man through, as he'll get up to about the 45-yard line. On the run there is Bray Alonzo for Norman North. And that'll bring up third down and about 4. Always good to have our Hall of Famers stop by.
We've had quite an evening here with celebrities coming into the booth.
Hall of Famers and congressmen.
Wow.
You tried to get federal appropriations for a restroom in the press box.
Elevator. I need an elevator,
Third down and 4 to go here as getting ready to take the snap.
We got movement on the left side, so that's going to back the Timberwolves up another 5 yards.
Ramondo, the quarterback, or Romaldo, the junior, will march his team back, as you mentioned, to about the 39-yard line. That'll bring up third down and 9. 7:06 left to play here. And we do appreciate Congressman Kevin Hearn for dropping by and talking with us. I thought he was going to take Grayson, the baby, down to the stands and do some kissing babies while he was here to get some votes, Handoff, back to pass is Romaldo as he'll gun it up the middle to that tight end we've been talking about all night, Jake Roberts, as he gets another first down near the 45 for the Norman North Timberwolves.
Yeah, those are the kind of things we were glad they didn't get going earlier. They might have got some confidence because he's a good-looking tight end out there for Norman North.
6:52 and the clock rolling here as they'll march it up to about the 41-yard line. First and 10, Timberwolves. Romaldo ready to take the snap here. He does so. Handoff, first man through. He's going to get up to about the 31, and on the run there, that is going to be Jordan Ford, who had gone down to injury earlier in the ball game, but he is getting to take off a little bit, and obviously he's healed pretty quickly. Second down and 1 now for the Norman North Timberwolves. 6:15, 6:14, clock continuing to roll, 38-0. Take the snap here, dropping back to throw, slinging it up the left corner. There's a catch down to the 9-yard line. Was Luke Switzer, the wide receiver there. Moving up those chains, the Norman North Timberwolves will get another first down. Look, Barry's watching. He's probably proud of that play right there, Steve.
Sure.
5:55 left to go in the third quarter. 38-0 our score.
A lot of youngsters in the ball game now. We say that, Grant, but actually we've got some youngsters that are starters that are key components of this Ram football club.
Romaldo handing off. First man through is Jordan Ford. He'll get back down to the 3-yard line, maybe up to the 2. 5:27 to go. Clock still rolling. 38-0 our score.
Broken Arrow had a big win last night as they traveled over and defeated the Jaguars of Westmore. So they're still rolling.
55-14, final score there. I watched the end of that last night.
I did too, and I think that's going to be a team we're going to have to watch later on.
Broken Arrow, the Norman North Timberwolves get down to the goal line as they hand off to Jordan Ford, and he's inches away from the end zone. Try to put some points on the board for those Timberwolves.
Here's an interesting score, Grant. Putnam City North undefeated and ranked number 3. They were the new West Side Darling.
Yes.
Down at Union, and they trail Union in the third quarter 28-7. So a bit of a surprise there.
Romaldo hands off, first man through into the end zone, touchdown Norman North.
Number 2, Jackson Romaldo on the keeper.
4:33 left to play. They'll put 6 points on the board. 38-6 our scores. We'll see what they try to do for an extra point here.
I think that was just Romaldo on the
He may have had it on the
sneak.
keeper.
But yeah, Union 28-7 over Putnam City.
So on the kick, extra point attempt coming. This is the first time they've done that tonight. That'll be, I believe. Well, the kick is up. It's no good. And doing the honors there was Gavin Frakes, who tried to put that extra point up. 4:33 left to play. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on KYFM. Adams and Trey Brown. So he sets up shop at about the 7-yard line. 4:33 left to play. It's 38-6 if you're just joining us. Norman North with their first touchdown of the ball game.
Yeah, that's the first touchdown the Rams have allowed, I know, in 6 quarters.
With a J and Company certified public accountant scoring summary, what's it looking like?
8 plays, and it covered 62 yards, and it was Romaldo on the 2-yard keeper into the end zone.
I tell you, I've had more trouble seeing what they're doing down there, as much misdirection as they've been putting up tonight. Kickoff is going to be fielded at about the 20-yard line. Back to receive, back to the 35-yard line goes Owasso's Jeray Austin.
The kickoff return by number 30, Jeray Austin.
And that is going to put
first down Owasso.
Owasso first and 10 from the 35. 4:28 left to play here.
sad news as Rob Williams shows me that the Washington Nationals lead the St. Louis Cardinals at Busch Stadium 1-0 in the 7th inning.
And now a moment of silence.
So, yeah, that's gonna be tough. Actually, I believe the Nationals are throwing a no-hitter through 7 innings. So,
and now to honor this moment of silence, Owasso's going to take a timeout,
yeah.
so that we can mourn for just a moment. 4:28 left to play here. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on KYFM.
Morning, Daniel. Morning, Rambo.
Morning. You going to the game tonight? Of course.
4:28 left to play here in this third quarter. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, Kelly Ward along with you, Rob Williams. Steve will get to here in just a second to honor some more of these Hall of Fame inductees that you'll be bringing into the class tomorrow night. Kellen McCoskey is the quarterback. He'll fake a handoff and get a quick toss into the hands of a receiver. We've got a flag here.
It's going to be a procedure call against the Rams, I believe.
Cole Adams had the football as he was trying to march out to the right, and as you mentioned, it's going to be on the Rams, and that's going to knock back Owasso several yards.
Well, while we do that, we'll talk about our next inductee. It'll be Dr. Clark Ogilvie, the former Owasso school superintendent, and was very involved in leveraging over $200 million to benefit the community of Owasso and its students. He did a tremendous job, not only in that, but in very involved in increasing the facilities at the elementary schools, entranceways. I don't even have the list in front of me here of all.
It's probably too long to even get into this broadcast.
He saw a lot of bond issues and really just did a fantastic job for the community. And it wasn't easy for someone to come in and take over for Dell Johnson, who had been here for so long and had done such an outstanding job in the Owasso community.
Back to pass, Pekoski connects with Keelan Carney. Carney's at the 35, up to the 40, up to the 45, brought down at the 47-yard line, and that'll move up the change for another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down.
But it was really good to see Dr. O before the game tonight and his wife Phyllis, and I could just tell when I asked him, he was just so elated and excited to be recognized as one of the inductees into the Hall of Fame.
Trips out to the left, and of course, I mean no disrespect to Dr. Fitchner. Of course, she's doing a wonderful job, but Clark Ogilvie is missed by all that worked for him. They just talk about how wonderful of an employer he was over the years, and I know Dr. Fitchner takes great pride in continuing that tradition.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can just see it through the Owasso school system. The new Morrow Elementary, a fantastic elementary school up on the north side of Owasso.
Second down and 5 from the 47-yard line as Koski gets another set of instructions from the sideline. He's got Hagen Hood next to him, twins out to each side. He'll take the snap right here. Koski back to throw, slings it left side, connects with an open receiver at the 40. He's down to the 35, ran out of bounds, and about the 30 or the 45 is going to be Dre Austin. There you go, another first down here. Actually, that was the 35-yard line, maybe down to the 34 where they get him out of bounds, and that'll bring up first and 10.
Set up by a good block on the outside by Dwaylon Reed. It's the same play, just different names.
Absolutely. Twins to the right, one man in motion to the left. That's Carney. Handoff to the first man through as Hagen Hood comes down to the 30-yard line. That's going to be a 4-yard gain to bring up second and 6.
Running a lot of misdirection as we tick down to 2:25 to go here in the third quarter. Owasso 38, Norman North 6, as it looks like the Rams will retain their #1 ranking in Class 6A. I don't read a lot into that right now.
And now, rolling out to the right, Koski slings it up the middle of the field to Carney. Carney at the 20, down to the 15, 10-5 into the end zone, touchdown. Oh my, there went Keelan Carney, and he just went in there like it was no problem. 44-6 our score.
I think Norman North thought he was going to be knocked out of bounds, and a couple of the defenders just gave up, and Keelan Carney just was not going to be denied as he goes in for the Owasso Ram touchdown.
Koski was slow and methodical about getting that pass out to him, and it worked like a charm. Hagan Hood is going to try to kick the extra point right here with 2 minutes left to go. And his tries coming now. The kick is up through the uprights and good. It is 45-6 with 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. We'll take a break and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM. On the clock, 45-6 our score as the Norman North Timberwolves get ready to receive. Don't forget OU Texas tomorrow, as that's the game everybody will be talking about. You can hear that right here on KYFM.
Now do not. We need to send out an emergency alert. Do not do the horns down. Because that's hurtful.
Oh my.
That's hurtful. We don't want to be ugly. So don't do horns down.
Everybody now, anybody want to get a picture of this? So.
What a joke.
That is crazy.
I can't even believe we talk about stuff like that sometimes.
It's would that fall under political correctness these days?
I don't even know what it is anymore.
1st and 10, Norman North at the 34-yard line. I was actually coming back from Wichita Falls 2 nights ago, and they've got it on the interstate signs, the construction signs. Horns down, beat Texas. I love it. And the handoff over to Alonzo. He'll take it around the left quarter up to the 34-yard line. Maybe a yard's gain there for Norman North.
Looking at some of the other scores going on around the area, Union has extended their lead with a field goal at the start of the fourth quarter, 31-7 over Putnam City North.
Oh, wow.
Mustang, after defeating Union last week, is at Southmore, is at home against Southmore. They lead the SaberCats 52-17, or 49-7 over Edmond North.
Is now, here come the Norman North Timberwolves to give to the first man through. He'll get up to the 41-yard line. Trying to see who that is down there as he's down on his back, maybe down for an injury here. We're going to tend to him for a minute. While they do that, we'll take a timeout. Back at 30 seconds as you're listening to Owasso Ram football on KYFM.
I'm just not sure what we're going to do with this new guy. He gets so excited about everything. He's jumping around, foghorns, throwing his hands up. I've got foghorns. You want some foghorn? I've got your foghorn. Oh. Everybody loves the new guy. Everybody thinks he's the funny guy. What about me? What about me?
Hi, I'm Dr. Naveen Kalambia, orthopedic surgeon with Tulsa Bone and Joint in Owasso. The big thing is that we're here, we're local, and our goals are to provide a quick appointment, but spend time with each patient to explain everything that's going on. We are the official physicians of the Owasso Rams, but we're real excited and very proud to serve the community in Owasso and the surrounding area. Tulsa Bone and Joint obviously has a great reputation in the region. We're bringing all of that power here to Owasso.
I mean, who does Brandon root for? He's a surely he's a Cardinals fan growing up in Arkansas.
I think so. Young man's able to walk off the field under his own power, so that's good news. But it's been a tough night for the West Side.
You know, when you grew up around here, anybody who rooted against the Cardinals, you just thought they were a foreign adversary. I mean, you know.
Disagree.
1:07 left to play here, as on third down, they'll hand off. First man through is Jordan Ford. He'll get it up to the 47, up to the 48-yard line. 57 seconds left to play here. Another first down for Norman North.
Hey, also congratulations to the Owasso Lady Rams softball team who won regional and are going to go to the state tournament. Once again, Coach Eicher got the Lady Rams playing some really good softball for the most part. Didn't encounter much resistance in their regional, and they're going back for another opportunity at a state title.
Ronaldo, the quarterback, gets ready to take the snap here, does so. Hands off. First man through is going to get it down. Jordan Ford down to about the 46-yard line of the Owasso Rams.
Nice tackle by the Rams that time. That was Cody Chase, another sophomore. Grant, we're just calling names of future Rams that are going to be in a starting spot, and they look good out here in, I guess, what you would consider more of a cleanup role. But they're playing hard. They're doing a good job, and even Ram football in the future down the road is exciting.
Do we know what time the softball finals are? We'll find that out. There's a reason I'm asking as we come to the end of the third quarter. Our score, Owasso 45, Norman North 6. We'll take a break and be back right after this on KYFM.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
To Jordan Ford as he rolls out to the right side and gets another first down for the Norman North Timberwolves. It's 45-6, Owasso leading it if you're just joining us. 11:53 left to go in this football game. Glad you're with us tonight here on 100.1 KYFM and also on the Owasso Sports Network. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line as they move from right to left on the radio dial. As getting ready to take the snap is Romaldo. He does so, dropping back to throw. He'll sling it up to the right corner, trying to connect with an open teammate. Can't do it as Jordan Ford was split out to try to make the catch. Overthrew him just a little bit, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10 now. Ball at the 37. 11:48 left to play here. 45-6 our score. I thought color commentator Steve Mallory was going to pull a Barry Switzer on us from that story I told earlier.
No, trying to find out about the softball state. It begins Thursday in Shawnee, but we won't know exactly the time or who we play till Monday.
Well, hopefully it's early enough in the day we can go to Shawnee and then go to Southmore for football Thursday night.
Right.
As the Norman North Timberwolves hand off again to Jordan Ford. He rolls out around the right corner, gets down to the 30, down to the 28-yard line, about a yard shy of a first down here. 11:35 left to play here, clock rolling in the fourth quarter.
And Grant, look at these numbers through three quarters. The Rams just rolling up the yards, 423 total yards, 112 through the or on the ground and 311 through the air. And Norman North just hasn't really found anything. They had one drive in that first half where they got some rhythm going, was not able to finish that. Only 169 yards in the game for the Timberwolves.
3rd down and 1 to go as Ronaldo gets ready to take the snap here. Does so, makes a handoff, rolls up the middle himself, and he'll dive into the 22 2, getting the first down for Norman North. Great numbers and statistics put together by a man who Congressman Kevin Hearn called an old-timer earlier in the broadcast. Rob Williams.
Is that true?
He did. Made him sound like he was headed straight over to Sequoia Point to go back to the room after the game.
That's right.
So, no, he was just talking about all of the technology, and then Rob with his stat wheel over here. So, 10:39 left to play, 45-6 our score. Men split to each side of the line here for Norman North as Ronaldo gets ready to take it off the right hash mark. Hand off to Jordan Ford out around the right side of the line. He'll get down to about the 17-yard line. And that will move up the chains about 6 yards on the play there to bring up second down and 4, Steve.
Well, Grant, if these numbers hold up tonight, Owasso will go to 6-0 in the district. Putnam City North will fall to 5-1, 2-1 in district play. Union will move back into things. You've got Norman North. They're going to drop down to 1-2, and then Mustang with their win 2-1. There is a lot of football left to be played within this district, and there are about 6 teams still with a viable chance to claim a playoff spot.
Up the middle go the Timberwolves. Jordan Ford getting down to the 15-yard line. But one stat that you didn't accentuate there is that leaves Owasso as the only undefeated team in the conference. It would look like.
Or, yes, they are.
It's kind of what I
yeah,
thought.
it will be at this point.
3rd down and 3 on an important 3rd down conversion. Tries would go inside 10 minutes here. Ronaldo getting ready to take the snap with men all around him here. Does so, hands off to the first man through. No, on the keeper, he rolls out. It goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Norman North. Ronaldo kind of faked us out up here. Everybody except for Steve, as he's had this habit of handing it off tonight and then pulling it back out of the receiver, the ball carrier's hands. And he was able to fake him out on the line, get down into the end zone, and put the touchdown up to put Norman North into the double digits for the first time tonight.
Well, he's just reading the defensive end, and a good job there by the senior quarterback to see the defensive end crash down, pull the ball out, and he's got a seam right on the left side and able to break free into the end zone for the touchdown.
Sam Kolar trying to kick the extra point here, and he does. It's 45-13. 9:37 left to play in this ball game. We'll take a break and be back right after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM.
Our winners tonight.
Morning, Daniel. Morning, Rambo.
Morning. You on the game tonight? Of course.
To receive Trey Brown and Cole Adams as they'll set up shop at about the 5-yard line, waiting Norman North's return to the field here. Gabe Kessler's got this mischievous look in his eye like he's got another baseball update that Steve's not going to like. Not sure what's going on over here. But 9:37 left to play in this one. Well, Steve, as we look to go 6-0 tonight, that's something we all wanted for Owasso. It's kind of a monumental occasion.
Yeah, and we'll get to travel down the turnpike next week as we head down to Southmore.
Yeah.
Face the SaberCats, they're struggling a bit this season. They were 0-5 coming into tonight's game, and looks like they'll fall to 0-6.
Here comes the kick, end over end. It's short. It's going to be fielded. Oh my goodness! It's going to be fielded at about the 38-yard line, but our returner was just hit head on by Cale Cabanis.
I thought there would be a flag on the play because you've got to give him an opportunity.
Yeah, there is a flag.
Right.
There is one. Now, he didn't even give him an opportunity to look at the football before he.
Well, I don't think either the kick coverage player or the kick returner were looking at one another. They were both running for the football and collided.
Cabanis is
without
on
any warning.
Cabanis is on the ground here at the.
I think they just got the wind knocked out of themselves, but.
He's going to get up and get off on his own power. Don't know if he can walk a straight line right now, but he's going to walk off on his own power after getting his bell rung on that hit there. 9:35 left to play. The penalty on Norman North. So that's going to give Owasso a first down by virtue of the penalty yards, as they will put that football at about the 49-yard line, or maybe the 50. Maybe the 49 of the Norman North Timberwolves. That'll bring up first and 10.
So the Rams came in tonight ranked number 1, Broken Arrow right behind number 2 with the 1 loss to the Rams.
Handoff, first man through is Willis Trey Brown. There's no yardage gained on that play.
And then Putnam City North was actually ranked number 3 at 5-0, but of course if they fall to Union, who Union was ranked number 8 coming into tonight's game, 1-4. But I keep telling people there is a lot of football yet to be played, and Coach Frederick will have the Union Redskins in better form toward the end of this season.
Probably just a minor setback. You're right about that. As dropping back to throw, a new quarterback, Skelnick, is going to throw it up the left side, connect with his receiver out at the 45-yard line. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Bryce Stevens on the reception. That'll bring up third down and 7. Solomon Skelnick got to see some playing time last week and get to be the signal caller here tonight. Skelnick back to throw, slings it up the right side of the field, connecting with an open receiver who's down at the 35, brought down at the 29-yard line and ran out of bounds. That's Cody Oates on the run. We're going to hear a lot of names we hadn't called yet. 8:17 left to play here, 45-13 our score.
A lot of new faces here on the field for the Rams.
Skelnick with twins to the left, one man split to the right. And Willis Brown in it, running back. Man in motion to the right is Oates, but Brown takes the handoff, goes up the middle. He'll get to the 20, up to the 18-yard line with 8:10 left to play. And Owasso knocking on the door once again. Another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down here. Skelnick bring his team back up to the line. Twins out to the left, one man split to the right. Man in motion to the right is Oates. Handoff up the middle. There goes Brown into the end zone. Touchdown to Owasso. Willis Brown is going to make it a 51-13 ball game. Well, there you go, Steve.
Part of the waters that went right up the middle.
Didn't hardly have to do anything to get an open look and a free path right into the promised land there. Coming up to the opportunity for the extra point here is Hagen Hood. Try to make it a 52-13 ball game. Here's the kick. It's end over end through the uprights. Good. 52-13 our score. 7:43 left to go in the ball game. We'll take a timeout. Be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso football on 100.1 KYFM. 52 to 13, our score, 7:43 left to play here. As we welcome you back to Owasso High School. Rams ready to kick it from left to right. As back deep to receive. Tell you who that is here in just a moment. One of them is the end over end kick is going to be fielded at about the 33-yard line, and that is going to be Jake Roberts on the reception there.
So that Ram drive took 5 plays, covered 49 yards, and took 1 minute 52 seconds off the clock. And of course, that was all started by the interference on the kick, and the Rams got good starting field position at the Timberwolves 49-yard line.
7:43 left to play. 1st and 10, Timberwolves at the 33. As the Timberwolves will see what they can do to try to at least narrow the deficit in the next 7 minutes, 43 seconds. As Owasso looks to move to 6-0 tonight. And off, first man through, runs up the right side of the field. As that on the run is going to be Josh Simmons for Norman North.
Number 34, Josh Simmons. Taken down by number 35.
That is going to give him about a 4-yard gain there to bring up 2nd down and 6.
Christian Ray. 3 yards on the play, 2nd down.
Had a good crowd on hand here tonight for all the festivities. A lot of them headed to the house on this chilly evening.
New quarterback in for Norman North. We'll tell you who that is here in just a minute, up to the 41-yard line. It's Gavin Frakes, the sophomore. Done some kicking tonight, and now he'll get to call some plays here. See, bring up 3rd down and 3 from the 41-yard line.
Under 7 minutes to go, 52 to 13. Rams lead the Timberwolves.
Clock continuing to roll here. 6:36 left to go, a 3rd down for Norman North. Handoff from Frakes. First man up the middle is going to get stopped and stuffed there near the 43-yard line.
34, Josh Simmons on the carry.
And that'll bring up 4th and about 2.
Stopped by number 96, Caleb News, and number 97,
Simmons, the ball carrier there. 6:08 left to play.
4th down and 1 upcoming.
4th and a yard. Clock rolling again here as Norman North comes back out onto the field. Frakes brings his team, brings the punting team in here. They're going to kick it away from left to right.
Trying to get Gage Lane back to receive the punt and get another player off the field, and I think
they're going to call a timeout here.
Yeah.
5:42 left to play. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on KYFM.
I'm just not sure what we're going to do with this new guy. He gets so excited about everything. He's jumping around, foghorns, throwing his hands up. I've got foghorns. You want some foghorn? I've got your foghorn. Oh. Everybody loves the new guy. Everybody thinks he's the funny guy. What about me? What about me?
Welcome back. 5:42 left to go in this ball game. 52 to 13 our score. 4th and a yard here for Norman North. They bring their quarterback out onto the field here. Frakes still take it off the right hash mark. Hand off to Jordan Ford. Ford busts through and should get his 1st down here as he's read out of bounds at about the 44-yard line.
Guys still playing hard, but the Ram defense unable to get a stop that time, so that'll give the Timberwolves a 1st down at their own 49-yard line.
5:37 left to play here at the 44. Norman North at their own 44 as they're 6 yards shy of the midfield mark here. Breaks the quarterback, takes the snap, hands off, flags flying on the play as his ball carrier will get down to the 48-yard line.
That's going to be procedure against Norman North.
5:29 left to go here.
So that'll back the Timberwolves up 5 yards.
That'll put them back at the 39-yard line and bring up first down and 15. Norman North brings their team back out onto the field here. Trying to see what they can do here. Frakes the quarterback. Sets things into motion, hands off to Ford again.
Good job.
They read that play like a book, Steve, as he gets to the 40-yard line and no further.
Credit the tackle to number 26, Braxton Bickham.
Bring up second and about 14.
No gain on the play, second down.
Few 6A2 scores, Steve. Winless Bartlesville at home against Sand Springs tonight, leading the Sandites 54-35.
Wow.
Evan Farbach will have that call over on K1 1400. Back to throw is Frakes. He'll sling it up the middle of the field. It's almost caught, but bounces out of the hands of his intended receiver. So
that was Luke Switzer that didn't reel that in.
Booker T leading Shawnee tonight, 52-19.
How about Muskogee?
Muskogee is beating Sapulpa 34-6.
Yeah, Sapulpa, unfortunately, their quarterback, Eli Williams, tore an ACL in that game against Bartlesville last week, and he was basically all of the Sapulpa Chieftains offense. He's headed to TCU, and unfortunately, that really took out a lot of their offense.
Frakes, the quarterback, dropping back to throw here, looking to dial up a receiver, slings it up the field, nobody there to get it.
Late flag, that's a courtesy flag.
Yeah, late flag, as you mentioned. That'll stop the clock at the 4:34 mark. Bixby beats Ponca City tonight, 49-3. No surprise there.
I'll tell you what, Bixby has a team this year. Coach Lauren Montgomery, with his players, they would challenge 6A1.
Yeah.
They have a really good football club this year.
Holding against the offense is the call. We'll stay fourth down here. Collinsville, it's their second loss of the year as they fall to Tahlequah tonight, 35-28. Tahlequah still undefeated, moving to 6-0 on the season.
They got a good football team this season as well.
Dropping back to throw is Frakes. He'll sling it up the middle of the field, trying to connect. It was almost picked off.
Incomplete pass intended for number 12, Luke Switzer.
That was Braxton Bickham with an opportunity to come down with the football and was just unable to bring it in.
Skiatook beats Tulsa Memorial tonight 43-0. What a season for the Edison Eagles, led by
Owasso Morrison.
And coached by Owasso native Tony Daniels, as they lead Coweta right now in the fourth quarter, 22-15.
Whose dad happens to be a 1980 graduate of Owasso High School. I'd like to throw that in there.
Knew there was a connection somewhere there.
There's a Tony Daniels Sr.
There's always a connection, Steve Mowry. I say Owasso native, and he's like, yeah, I knew all of their grandparents. Handoff, first man through for Owasso is going to be Hayden Beeman, as he'll get up to about the 38-yard line or so. Bishop Kelly beats Durant tonight, 48-21. Claire Moore wins over Will Rogers, 48-6. Duncan Demons having a good season as they beat Southeast 62-30. Solomon Skelnick back in at quarterback, second down and 6 now for the Rams. Now, first man through, get it down to about the 31-yard line, close to a first down.
Good news is keeps the clock running as we approach 3:30 to go here in this fourth period.
That was Hayden Beeman again on the run there, and that'll bring up third down in the yard. Solomon Skelnick ready to take the snap here, getting his second week of varsity play in.
Good good chance he'll get some next week as well.
Be on the road to Southmore Thursday night football. Says Skelnick, handing off to Beeman again. Beeman gets his first down. As he gets inside the 30, he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line.
25, Hayden Beeman on the carry. That game good for another first down.
Joyce Christian winning tonight over Ketchum, 56-0. How excited do you think Bill Bush was tonight, calling about 8 touchdowns?
No, I've already heard.
I bet you have. Did he call you?
He's already home.
Okay,
he drove to Ketchum,
already
called
back.
the game, came home, and there's still 7 minutes left in our game.
That's how they do it at the Class A level, isn't it? Get
Fortunately, we're on an hourly rate.
Right. Oh, man. Solomon Skelnick with twins to the right, one man to the left. Off the left hash mark, he'll hand off to Beeman once again. Beeman gets down to the 24. And that'll bring up second down and about 6 to go. 2:10 left to play here. Yeah, Bill Bush and Mark Kirk have been calling the Rejoice games on the live stream that we provide on InsideOwasso.com and the Rejoice Christian thing. And he's loving it. I mean, he'll be back for Owasso Ram baseball, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure he will too.
Handing off to the first man is going to be Solomon Skelnick. Around the left corner goes Evan Atkinson. He'll get close to a first down there as he down to about the 19-yard line. They're going to move up the chains.
With Rejoice, you're in that classification where you can have a running clock.
Oh, yeah.
You know, kind of like the Atlanta Braves wanted to have in Game 5 the other day, but unfortunately had to play full 9 innings.
Right. 1:36 left to play. I remember the first 8-man football game I ever called at Pond Creek Hunter here.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that if they were winning by a certain percentage, they called the game at halftime.
Oh, yeah.
Handoff, first man through gets down to the 19-yard line. Yeah, I was like, boy, that's a bunch of people leaving to go to the concession stand.
Again, like the Atlanta fan base in the first inning.
Yes, they emptied the stands as well. Second down and 11, a minute left to play. Pond Creek Hunter was the only place I've ever known where the mayor answered to Greasy Steve, and it was because he had a steakhouse down the street. So he turned out to be a good fella. I think I got some free food that night. Second down and 11. Twins out to the left, one man split to the right. Handoff, first man through is Beeman. He's going to get down to about the 16, so that's going to be a gain of 5 on the play.
Beeman on the carry, brought down by number 62.
28 seconds left to go, and this one's going to come to a close tonight as Owasso goes to 6-0.
Hey, want to send a shout out to my friends Tripp and Dusty Keeney who are listening in here this evening. Miss having them around here, and Will Keeney. And had a lot of fun with that guy and that family. Miss that family, but as it is, they got to hear another Owasso Ram victory here tonight, Grant, as they'll move to 6-0 on the season. They'll retain their number 1 ranking in Class 6A and stay on top of the district. A lot of football yet to be played, but a lot of good football that's already been played, and the future, immediate future for Owasso is very bright. Coach Blankenship and his ball club.
Final score 52-13. Tripp and Dusty, thanks for listening. Tell Grandpa Ernie I miss his colorful stories here at Owasso. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back for the First United Bank Ram recap right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rams are back in action next week as they travel to Southmore High School on Thursday, October 17th. Game time is set for 7 p.m. Owasso Athletics would like to thank you for your attendance at tonight's game. As you exit the stadium, we ask that you please remember former mid-high teacher Bobby White. Bobby was tragically killed in May 2016 by a distracted driver. As always, the Owasso Ram family wishes you safe travels home and for you to drop it and drive.
Owasso Stadium, Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry along with you. We'll hear from Bill Blankenship here in just a moment. Kelly Ward's tracking him down on the sidelines as we speak. And Steve, just your general thoughts about tonight's ball game.
Well, they came in, the Rams did, and did what they had to do. I mean, these are games that you've got to continue to grow on. When we do the radio program with Coach Blankenship, we're going to hear him say he's not so much worried about the other team as he is about ourselves. We've got to improve each week, because if you watch the Union, the Broken Arrow teams, when we get to playoff time and we expect to play them, they're going to be an improved ball club. We're not going to, if we face Broken Arrow again, it's not going to be the Broken Arrow we faced a couple of weeks ago. They're getting better. And Coach Blankenship, he's been around. He knows there's nothing new in high school football to him, and he knows this Owasso Ram Ball Club has got to win. We've been without the resources of Isaiah Jacobs. He's going to try to get better and get that knee back, but really, so many weapons across the field. Defense has really set the tone. The offensive line has set the tone. So, you've got the rotation of running back now. Receivers doing a good job. I'm impressed with receivers. Of course, you got to catch the football, but you get those yards after catch by good blocking by your outside receivers, and that's exactly what the Rams did here tonight. Special teams are improving so much. Extra points. The Rams, I think, were perfect on extra points tonight, and I know that was an area of concern for Coach Blankenship. So, I'd have to say from game 4 and 5 to game 6 tonight, game 6 here tonight, the Rams got better.
I know that we're looking forward to a road trip down to Southmore coming up on Thursday of next week. We'll talk about that here in just a minute, Steve. But, I was asked today when we were talking to the folks at Sports Talk 1400 in Norman about how this team felt. And, you were here in 2017 calling the games. I just moved to Owasso at that point. But, it still has that fabric of that state championship run. And, you've got to keep everything just on par and all the things hitting on all cylinders, but we knew this team was going to be special, and they're proving it week after week.
Yeah, I think coming into the season, the big question was offensive line. You had to replace a lot of guys on offensive line, even though the guys that were replacing had offensive line experience. Defensive line, didn't know how we were going to match up there, but I think this ball club has really improved with each game. And again, Cole Duggar comes out of the ball game, 6 games that we've played, he has yet to throw an interception on the season. I part of me, I know this sounds crazy, part of me wishes he would just get it out of the way in a game that I know, but his, again, that's a credit to his receivers and his ability to be patient in the pocket, and the offensive line making him feel comfortable in the pocket.
Let's go down to Kelly Ward. He's got Coach B.
Great Steve with Coach here on the field after another incredible win, Coach. What are you seeing in not only your starters, but your younger guys as they're getting opportunities to play in these games?
Well, I think that was one of the things that really encouraged me tonight is we made some changes early because we wanted those guys to not just run the clock out. We wanted to keep playing. I thought we got really good play on both sides of the ball. A lot of young players saw the field tonight, and that's really encouraging for us.
I know that you're proud of this community and how it turns out. I mean, on homecoming especially tonight. Tell us what you think about Owasso and their fans.
Well, our side over there was just packed out when we came out. The participation, the pregame stuff, what our band, what our community does on a regular basis to make this event special. And we're so blessed to get to be a part of it. I'm telling you, I don't take that for granted at all.
Thank you, Coach. Have a wonderful week.
Well, we don't take that for granted, the support we get on these broadcasts either, Steve. And
No,
I know
sir.
Coach B kind of speaks for all of us when what a great time to be getting to be a part of Owasso football.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and really, you say Owasso football, Owasso athletics. We had a great Hall of Fame night here this evening, a great homecoming weekend, but we're fortunate just to be a part of this Owasso community as a whole, and it's fun to see the crowd that came out tonight. This side was packed out, the festivities going on, and to see the Rams come out and perform. You got all these distractions, Grant, and you're dealing with 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, and they come out and perform like that. Coach Blankenship's got to be really pleased with his ball club.
Well, they have taken care of business week after week, and we're proud of them as well. As again, big win tonight. And with a J and Company by the number stats update here in our post-game show, Steve, you've got the numbers.
Well, the Rams finished with 14 first downs. Norman North with 9 first downs. A lot of that coming there in the latter part of the game. The Rams had 26 carries for 161 yards. Norman North on the ground, 38 carries for 106 yards. Again, a lot of that coming in the latter part of the ball game. Cole Duggar and, quarterbacks combined were 19 of 28 for Owasso, 335 yards. 7 of 19 with 1 interception for Norman North for 118 yards. Total yardage in the game. Again, the Rams just 4 yards shy of 500 yards in this ball game. Norman North finishes with 224 yards. Penalties, not a great factor. I know that was an area that Coach Blankenship wanted to clean up tonight. Had 10 penalties last week over at Edmond North. Only 5 here tonight for 35 yards. Time of possession, 18 minutes, 47 seconds for the Rams. Over 29 minutes for Norman North. The Rams were 4 of 8, 50% on third down. They weren't in very many real third down situations. On the other side, defensively, the Rams defense was superb. 6 of 15 on third down were the Timberwolves. Not a lot of offense tonight for Norman North. Alonzo had 13 carries for 24 yards. McCowan, 2 carries for 4 yards. Ford had 11 carries for 55 yards. And Romaldo, 2 touchdowns late in the game. The quarterback, 8 carries for 16 yards. For the Rams on the other side, we got numbers all over the place for the offense. Hood had 3 carries for 6 yards. Brown, 3 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown. Thomas, 2 carries for 27 yards. Overstreet, 7 carries for 57 yards. And again, we see that stable of running back that Coach likes to rotate in the backfield. Cole Duggar on the night, 13 of 20 with no interceptions, 253 yards, 4 touchdowns passing. His receivers included Mario Kirby, 2 receptions for 38 yards and 2 touchdowns. Peyton Lusk had a reception for 11 yards. Trey Goins, 2 catches for 16 yards. Keelan Carney, 6 receptions, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Cole Adams with a reception and for 34 yards and a touchdown. And Overstreet, 3 catches for 64 yards. But again, you go back to the total yardage overall, 496 yards in this ball game. The offense set the tone early. The offensive line got things going up front for the Rams.
Well, we are going to do it again next week, as of course we're on the road to Southmore, and we got to pick out a McDonald's player of the game. I think you got to give it to Cole Duggar.
Well, I mean, gosh, a kid comes in, doesn't throw any interceptions again, and throws for 253 yards and 4 touchdowns. I think you got to give an honorable mention to Keelan Carney with 6 receptions for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. But I'm going to go with Cole Duggar here tonight with those 4 touchdown passes and the 253 yards.
Well, we'll make it unanimous as well over here, and Cole Duggar will be our McDonald's player of the game. He'll get a gift card to McDonald's from Tim and Patty Rich and all the folks here in the Owasso McDonald's location, 76th Street in the Owasso Walmart, and also at Highway 20 and Highway 169 here. They are a proud supporter of all of our area teams, including the Owasso Rams.
Well, the Cardinals are still down 2-0, but at least we come out with an Owasso Ram victory.
Yes.
Over Norman North here tonight, 52-13. I like what we see. I like what's going on. It's hard to be critical of this ball club right now, but I know Coach Blankenship will go back and look at the film. The old saying is, when you win big, you're you're not as good as you think you are. When you lose big, you're not as bad as you think you are. They'll go back, they'll review films, they'll get this ball club ready for Southmore, as you mentioned, a next Thursday game down at Moore. So be sure and check us out on Thursday. That'll be a 7 o'clock starting time over on the west side, and should be a fun road trip.
Well, we will definitely look forward to it and hope that you can be with us here on KYFM or on the Owasso Sports Network, whichever way that you watch or listen. We've had people from all over the place telling us that they're watching tonight. I appreciate the Keenies who were watching from Texas this evening. Had a few people text me. I know you did, you as well. And it's always a pleasure to hear from some of our Ram fans who tend to watch the ballgame. Hey, come out and see us at Billy Sims Barbecue on Tuesday night. I know that Coach Blankenship will be there for his weekly show. It's a great chance for you to ask questions and just have some accessibility to Coach Blankenship as if you want to do that. And then the next day, I mean,
Breakfast Club.
It's barbecue all week long as you get to go over to Trails Inn Barbecue. John Cash and his crew giving you some breakfast, one of the best breakfasts in Owasso. And you get for $25 the best breakfast in Owasso and the best football breakdown that you've ever heard from head coach Bill Blankenship. And probably some honorary questions from audience members like Steve Mowry.
Well, I mean, I usually have a couple of questions, but Coach Blankenship is usually very gracious. Well, he's always gracious.
Very gracious,
about answering questions, and he likes that participation. And like I say, Grant, there are things here tonight that I think we come out of this ball game that I think I see, that whenever Coach Blankenship reviews the film with us, he points out other important things that are going on that helps us pay attention and relay that to Ram fans. But it's just a fun experience hanging out with Coach Blankenship and just talking football.
One more chance to plug the Hall of Fame induction ceremony tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, and we got a great class. It starts at 6:30 here at the Wellness Center. Everyone is welcome. OU Texas is going to be over with by then, so if you have an opportunity and you know these families, come out and enjoy this experience, because we've got some great athletes and just some great families that are going to be inducted tomorrow night. That'll be the Owasso Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2019 tomorrow night here at the Wellness Center up in the Ram Room at 6:30.
All right, so with that, we're going to wrap up our broadcast this evening here at Owasso Stadium. We appreciate each and every one of you for listening in tonight. We appreciate all of our fine sponsors that bring you Owasso Ram football week in and week out, and we appreciate all of our crew here that does such a great job on the Owasso Sports Network. Dave back at the Bartlesville studios as well. For Kelly Ward, Rob Williams, Steve Mowry, I'm Grant Merrill. Good night. God bless you. Thank you for listening. This is Owasso Rams.